Hibernia delenda est. Absolutely. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. I don't care that you're 1024th Irish. You just have a drinking problem, sir. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Goodness. Okay. Big stretch there. Alright. Audio's looking decent. I think we're good to get started. Awate Amiki, my name is Faustus Marius Incitatus, the true consul of Rome, the favorite horse of the God Emperor Caligula. Hope you are all having a fantastic start to your week. Again, happy St. Patrick's Day, one of my least favorite holidays. I was thinking about at least maybe doing like a St. Patrick's themed background for the screen, but one of my least favorite holidays. Inky secretly racist against Irish people? Nah. I just, it's never sat well with me. I feel this way about Cinco de Mayo as well. It's like, it's never sat well with me, I don't want to use the word appropriate. It makes it sound like a social justice warrior, but I can't think of a better one. Just appropriating other countries' holidays as an excuse to drink heavily. I don't know. Doesn't sit right with me. I'm not much of a drinker anyways. Maybe if I was more of an alky like Harry DuBois, I would appreciate. I would get in the spirit of St. Patrick's Day a little bit more. But alas. But yeah, hope everyone's having a good start to their week, whether you're celebrating or not. Hope it's a good start for you. So I guess I'll get right into announcements. Plan is to do some more Pirate Yakuza tomorrow. I'm gonna be taking Wednesday off. Actually, really excited about Wednesday because I'm gonna get to go to a concert, which it's been a long ass time since I've been to like a live concert. So should be a lot of fun. I probably won't be able to hear a damn thing on Thursday, which it's part of the experience, right? Part of the experience. I'm not familiar with the venue, so I don't know how close I'll be to the amps and that sort of thing, but yeah. Should be a good bit of fun. But yeah. Pirate Yakuza tomorrow. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to announce. I think we're probably going to wrap up Disco Elysium in this stream. I don't know. I've never played before, so I don't know exactly when it ends, but it feels like we're nearing the end. So I think we should get right on into it. I don't think I have too much more to bring up. So yeah. And here we go. Maybe I turn you down a scotch. Okay. So shit went down last time. Shit absolutely went down last time. The Mercenary Tribunal occurred. It did not go terribly well. It did not go terribly well, so yeah. The Mercenaries showed up. We never did find our gun, so we were pretty useless in the Mercenary Showdown. Most of the Hardy Boys ended up getting killed, including Titus. Also that lawyer who was there with them, the lawyer chick, she also died. But all of the mercenaries are taken care of, and it has not at least erupted into full-blown war between the Union and the Strikebreakers just yet. Not just yet, at least. We also got to the bottom of what the hell is wrong with Kuno. I kind of want to go talk to Kuno S now. I wonder if we have different options to speak with her. Weezna, hey VSM.
Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig!
Aha. Okay, so still no way to talk to Kuno S. Let's talk to Cindy about that cool art that she did where everybody got massacred. Oh, she is, she's not there, at least. Maybe she's in her room. But yeah, we were out for 2 days. We managed to save Kim, though, and I'm very happy we managed to save Kim. As I understand it, it's actually possible to not save Kim, so... Very happy we rolled well there. I would be, rather lost without our good friend. Yeah. No Cindy here, either. Fair enough. No. Kuno also tasked us with beating up his dad. You know what? I think I'm down for the challenge. I think I am down for the challenge. Let me, oh yeah, I have my physical instrument already. My physical instrument shirt on. Let me get a flashlight to club him with. I think that's a good way to go. I think I might have had... let's see. Physical instrument, +3. I'm kind of wondering if it would be better to have the bulletproof cuirass. Nah. Ooh, maybe we put on the pants, though. Yeah, give me the modular track pants. 1 savoir-faire, 1 physical instruments? Absolutely. Alright. We are looking for number 12. Where Kuno's dad supposedly lurks.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's addressed to Mr. Uno de Reuter.
Uno de Reuter. Is his name actually Kuno?
And the place comes with 3 months' worth of utility bills.
No response. The apartment numbers have fallen off the door, leaving the panel with a sticky one.
Disco seems pretty nice.
It's
I would very strongly suggest you play yourself. Yeah, absolutely, VSM. This is a very fun game.
You'll need to equip the chain cutters to enter. Snip right through the metal.
Alright. I guess because your kid asked us to kick your ass is enough of a justification for us to break into your apartment, sir.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges. Snip. The cutter goes through them like dead leaves. The links fall to the ground on the other side of the door.
I know there's no stopping you, but let's at least make this good.
That looks worried, yeah. Alright. I don't see any, I don't see Kuno's dad. Kuno de Reuter is the name on the unfinished... Oh, he's sleeping in there. Glossy erotica covers the wall, wrinkled from moisture, dear lord.
A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight, sits a small bottle of amphetamine, conveniently equipped with a straw.
Oh, here's some psychoactive substances.
Confiscated.
The minuscule amount of amphetamine doesn't interest the lieutenant in the slightest. He listens instead to something.
Yeah, Kuno's dad snoring in there.
You pocket the bottle as if it were the most natural thing in the world.
The air stinks with something sour. We steal Kuno's dad's black jeans, yes. Hello,
Bundle
sir.
of clothes heaped on the bed. A stained parka, some towels and a duvet, some socks even. In the dark, it looks like a nest.
That pile of clothes. The lieutenant's covered his nose. Slowly
Something
reach out his
underneath
hand.
there is breathing.
Yeah, that would be Kuno's dad.
It's not too late. No one's going to blame you for backing out. You don't have to do this. Just get out.
Oh, Inland Empire.
Your hand touches a greasy duvet covered in cigarette burns and ketchup stains. You hear a growl.
Oh, Inland
There is
Empire, you're such a
something
pussy
alive
sometimes.
underneath it. It's deep, in suffering somehow. You see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol, and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth.
Oh, baby.
You don't have to take him down. He's already down.
I took your amphetamine, old man.
Silence. Only heat emanates from the sleeping body.
Maybe we should help him somehow.
What is there to do? We could turn him on his side so he doesn't choke on his own vomit, but he's already on his side.
Nod.
We could take him to Remedy or Saint-Baptiste, but he doesn't have money for medical services. The arm sauce would turn him down. They don't do charity for people who are trying to kill themselves. Besides, he'd be dead in a few.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong, Kim. Unfortunately, you're probably not wrong.
Years, months, weeks.
Months would be my guess.
The pile of blankets grunts miserably.
Figure out what he's trying to say.
The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something. And then it dawns upon you, clear and surreal. Pigs, he says. He's trying to call you pigs.
Oh, you're awake.
His hand falls back on the bed, limp and defeated. A loud snore escapes his mouth. He's asleep again.
Ugh.
At least he got to say his piece.
Mm-hmm. Is this thing even alive?
I'm afraid it is. Look, it moves.
He points to a fleshy lump sticking out from the other end of the blanket. Lump seems to be twitching from time to time. Oh, no.
And look, the other foot is camouflaged by a striped sock bearing the name Maxtor on the sole. 3 toes are poking out of a hole. Maxtor is a gas company. He's wearing free socks from a gas company.
Oh, wow. Well, that's
Probably
nice.
with
At least
the
the gas
bills.
company gives you free socks in this universe. Yeah, we know you can't afford the gas to keep your home warm, so here's some socks to keep your feet warm at least.
A groan rises from the man's throat, dry like a death rattle. He's trying to say something in his sleep.
Yeah. Alright. Well, that was about what I expected. I'm gonna be real. I did not expect Kuno's dad to be at all impressive. Poor kid. Poor everything in his life. So we're probably not going to give the drugs to Kuno, but we should probably let him know that. Kind of want to hear what he has to say about his dad. Alright, kid. I, quote-unquote, dealt with your father.
Oh, does Kuno care?
Took care of the drug situation.
Alright, so you got Kuno's kilo. Here is how we do it. First, you give Kuno Kuno's kilo, then Kuno gives you half back. That's how we split it. It's the best way, street way.
Mm-hmm. By kilo, you mean gram, right?
Kuno knows what Kuno means.
Kuno means gram.
Kuno means gram, yeah. Aren't you gonna ask how I got past your dad?
Word on the street is, you sent your little friend in dressed as a hooker, distraction style. That's some sick shit.
He nods approvingly to the lieutenant.
Not a single muscle.
Yeah.
movement on the lieutenant's
I keep
face.
saying it, man. Composure is Kim's specialized stat.
Kuno wants to hear all about it, but first we split the kilo, then we shoot the shit.
Yeah, you're 12. You don't get drugs.
Alright. Kuno knew you'd try that sneaky pig shit on him.
Tell him, Kuno.
Kuno's got brains. This shit doesn't surprise Kuno. So Kuno's gonna give you one more chance. Know this, pig. Shit is major.
Mm-hmm.
Major fucking choice, pig.
Kuno won't take this shit lightly. The pieces
This is
are
fucking
moving.
domino
pig.
shit.
This is fucking domino shit.
It's hard to see how, Not giving a boy a bag of amphetamine would cause some catastrophic cascade
Knowing
response.
this game,
Hard to see, but easy to feel. Somehow, this will change things. It's not hard to see at all. You hand out drugs to kids. The lieutenant's faith in your judgment will diminish significantly.
so much swearing kitties do not like. Aww. Poor sensitive kitty ears. What, if any, is the downside of not giving the drugs to Kuno?
None that you can see.
Yeah.
Tick, 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 tick. Decision time. What's it gonna be? You gonna fuck the Kuno?
I'm gonna fuck the Kuno.
Alright. You fucked the Kuno. Everybody, Kuno got fucked by his pocket pig. Just when we getting our business on, the pig throws it all away.
I told you he can't be trusted. I told you. I told you he'd steal the shit.
Relax, see? We got plenty of Kilo underground, in the tree. This ain't about that. This is about you and Kuno. You mismanaged this shit. Now everything is fucked between us. How are you gonna make this up to the Kuno?
How am I gonna make this up to the Kuno?
There is genuine disappointment below that. In truth, Kuno doesn't really believe there's anything you can do to make up for this. The damage is irreparable.
Kuno, I met your dad.
Yeah? How the fuck are you still alive, pig?
Oh, these choices are awesome. It was dark in there. We sneaked and got out. It was what you said. Kim dressed up as a hooker full drag. Why does he sound like an episode of Smiling Friends? That's not a bad assumption to make. Kuno, your dad is a half-dead alcoholic. He was sleeping under some clothes, or I killed your dad, Kuno. This is horrifically irresponsible, but I kind of want to know.
What is this shit? He's fucked up on roids to drink more. You can't kill him. Kuno's dad says he'll die by his own hand. Die suicide style.
Okay, yeah, it was what you said. Kim dressed up as a hooker, full drag, distracted
The
him.
lieutenant flashes you with a shotgun, but doesn't say anything. Only his tightly closed lips betray the effort keeping silent takes him.
Fuck out of here. Kuno made that shit up to demean you.
His eyes move between you and the lieutenant. He's trying to see if it's actually true.
Look, pigs. Kuno gets it. You don't want to talk about it. Close quarters combat shit. Kuno doesn't want to talk about it either. Combat trauma shit.
He adds after a few seconds of somber silence. Yeah, I'm sure you have some combat trauma from getting the hell beaten out of you by your dad too many times to count.
That room was so small. To be stuck in there with him, not an easy fight for a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, your dad's a half-dead alcoholic. He was sleeping under some clothes.
What?
His eyes become large and round.
His posture changes. The swaying rooster motion stops for a second. Then he gets it going again.
We're throwing him off.
Orienting himself.
We've already won the physical combat against Kuno. Now it's time for the mental jousting.
Fuck right. Kuno's dad was sleeping like a bum. Kuno told ya. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything. Fucking breaking and entering shit. That's nothing to Kuno's dad. You got lucky, pig. Kuno knew this. Kuno's fucking violent fiend dad's been drinking hard lately. Kuno knew you have a way in. Narrow window. Kuno window.
Kuno window. Come on, kid. Just stop. Or a scary thing he might have been. Now he's nothing.
Yeah. Kuno's dad is fucking nothing. Fucking coma shit. Stroke shit. Kuno's dad is so
I think we've made the
He's
Kuno
had a
sad.
stroke many times.
But
Shit.
maybe it's time Kuno stopped lying to himself.
Kuno's gonna have one too. Gonna be just like Kuno's dad. Speed shit, crime shit, fucking on the bed. Kuno's gonna go out like Kuno's dad. Revachol West style.
It's just inspiring for a 12-year-old to have such goals in life, you know?
Stop saying all this sad shit, Kuno.
There's a touch of grief.
Touch of grief in there, yep.
Fuck you talking sad? Kuno's got hard shit, death shit, nothing shit.
Chances are you are going to turn into that.
Fuck right I am. Get your nun ass out of here before Kuno fucks it dead. You think because you brought Kuno 1 gram of speed, you're friends now?
We didn't even give you the speed.
Turn into... Kuno ain't turning into shit. Kuno is that shit.
Kuno won! Oh, you won, Kuno!
The relief is palpable. The little hat jumps up and down behind the
He
fence.
did not win. There is a crack in there now, and it's spreading across the face of his certainty.
There was a textbook with your name on it in the apartment.
Yeah, so fucking what?
It says Kuno, not Kuno. Kuno de Reuter. Don't make me pull a Kadoken on you, Kuno. Not another one, at least. Good to see you, Chita. Awe. Space Lord Neptunus. Good to see y'all as well.
Fuck are you talking to Kuno about that kiddie shit?
That's a lame name, Kuno.
Kuno knows it's fucking lame. That's why Kuno changed it.
You can't fuck with Kuno!
You sure can. You know, I looked around in there. It's not the easy life you got going on in that apartment.
What do you know about Kuno's life? Kuno's got plans. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we got plans!
6 meters underground, below piping from before the war, the collapsed remains of the Martinez storm drain system. There are 2 stolen flashlights with piles of batteries next to them, beside 2 bedrolls, in the dark
I
and
see.
opening into the lower tunnels.
Aha! So I guess they have a plan to escape through the sewers. Tons of unpaid utility bills
Fuck
in there.
right there were. Fucking 3 years or some shit.
Let me guess, Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about them.
Yeah, that's right. Kuno's dad doesn't give a
Playing
shit about
Dutch
that
Vanderlyn
electricity
theme
and
music,
light
yeah.
shit. Just wants to pound on people and drink.
You should find a job, pay them yourself. Your dad can't handle things anymore.
Fuck that shit. Kuno's gonna move underground.
Uh-huh.
Leroyam shit. Ancient shit. Kuno's gonna live in a fucking catacomb.
Yeah, in a tomb, Kuno!
Yep, I did right not to give you the drugs.
That didn't change shit, pig. That only made things worse. Fucking social worker shit. It doesn't work, pig.
It doesn't work, Kuno. Only our shit works.
She must repeat it. Use every chance to confirm that version of reality.
There's every chance to confirm that version of reality. Alright. Later, Seaman. Let's see. Do I want to level up a stat, or do I want to get one more thought unlocked? So magnesium base, Wasteland of Reality. Maybe we can quit being an alcoholic. Research time 20 hours. I don't know if the game's gonna last that long. Should we go for the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center? Should we just get a stat? I think maybe we should just get a stat. We are going to... We're going to be maybe doing some visual calculus. So... Whoa, 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 revert, revert, revert. We have 2 levels, apparently. Yeah, I'm okay with leveling up endurance. We could use a little bit more health. Holy shit, how many levels do I have? A little bit of shivers might not be a bad thing. Actually, reaction speed is pretty low. Alright. Let's go for that. Alright. I think it's time to catch a boat to the, I think it's time to catch a boat to the fort. Where apparently the shot came from. How you doing, buddy? Everything alright?
Wow!
Wow, what?
A cop limping down the street, bleeding from the shoulder, face bruised, looking like hell? You know what that is? Cool!
That's cool.
Cool!
Do you sell any tapes?
Tapes? You mean like music tapes? No, music is out. Don't listen to music. I sell extremely cool sunglasses. If you
Head
want to
empty,
get your
no
mojo
music.
going.
Points at the shoddy box on the left. No idea whatsoever where I could find tapes.
Tapes are everywhere. They're worthless. Kids throw them in the trees. There's one in the bushes, right behind this lorry.
No shit.
No one would ever throw a good pair of high-quality plastic sunglasses in the bushes, mister.
To the west, dark brown ribbons of tape hang from the tree.
Ah, okay, so
flowing
not a
in the
usable
wind.
tape.
You should have a look. It's better than nothing.
Leave you to it for now. Yeah, sure enough, so they did.
The hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. Bronze-colored ribbons of magnetic tape are caught in its branches.
Piss off,
fluttering
nature,
in the
punch the
breeze.
tree, or good hawthorn, pat the tree. Disentangle the tape.
With slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and unraveling, you manage to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches. It curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to re-spool it, so that you could hear what's on the tape.
Probably in the whirling
Maybe
rags,
Roy
right?
from the
Or
pawn
yeah,
shop
Roy.
can help
Roy
you
would
with
make
this.
sense.
What's the tape for?
It's for Egghead. Promised to make his Van Eyck's jam hit a bit harder. Maybe this tape can help.
How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it?
Not sure, but I'll find out. Maybe Egghead can point me in the
You
right
could
direction.
also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street. We shouldn't waste our time.
I think to myself, what the F? Yeah, absolutely.
Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape projector in the pawn shop uses similar tape.
Good hawthorn.
Patting the tree reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. It reads, RCM Emergencies Desk, number 8102. Underneath a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Always wise to be vigilant.
You tree
You
hugging
tree hugs, pansy.
The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane endures the wintry gusts with ease.
We won't punch the tree. The tree's a good friend. I would hug the tree. Oh, so did you guys see that, did you guys see the Disco Elysium mobile port is coming, apparently? The memeing has been wonderful. I saw
I see you were
the
wounded
Kuno
in
coins.
the recent
Uh-huh.
altercation.
Oh, you know it.
A speedy recovery to you, officer.
One revive for 20 Kuno coins.
Now, what can I do for you?
Do you know how to fix this?
You mean re-spool it? Yeah, I do, but
Could you do it, please?
I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure. Although it looks pretty worthless.
Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand.
This could be the next big thing for the local dance music scene.
Huh? What do you mean?
You know that old church down the coast?
Yes. What about it?
Hope some young ravers turn this place into a nightclub. They play these weird beats there, which they call anotic music.
Is it any good? The music, I mean.
No, that's the thing. You can't believe how unbelievably thin the beat is. There's nothing to it, no bass. It just goes zip, 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 but this tape could make it hardcore.
Man, you're really invested in this.
Looks at the bundle of tape in front of him, shimmers under the shop's dazzling light show.
Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment, though, so just sit back and relax.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs.
Yeah, that was at least 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was. Re-spooling isn't that difficult. Although I had to mend the tape in a few places. Anyhow, it's yours now.
Yeah, thanks for the help, Roy.
Yeah, my
You're a real
pleasure.
one.
I do what I can for true passion projects. Just try not to use this tape for negative photon emissions.
Came back from literally
Take
buying milk powder.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Disco Elysium is awesome. Oh god, Roy's telling us to take responsibility. Is Roy high, and if yes, then what is he on?
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
What is
A
that?
drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Straight to the point. Where does a man get Perolidon these days?
How would I know?
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting.
No judgment, just curious. I probably did loads of Perolidon before I lost
I've
my memory.
had to take it. You know, since the People's Pile cleanup,
Aha!
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade.
That narrator voice is familiar, like a God of the Dead or something. I wouldn't surprise me one bit if he's done other work. I don't know who it is.
He's taken for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
The People's Pile.
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
So tell me about the Emergency Relief
We
Brigade.
were an all-volunteer force, self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud.
Yeah,
Years getting sick.
must have been tough.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. And why no one has tried to repair or replace the
The
pile.
People's Pile. Dear Lord, that's horrific. So they Chernobyl themselves.
So much disappointment. And early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Anyone have this vibe from Disco Elysium, like it's, I don't know, sick or something? I just got that feeling. I think the world they're in is very sick, yeah. Bears some resemblance to our own, so I don't know what to... you can make of that what you want. Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
It's the people's fault. It's the People's Pile. It's the people's fault.
So much bitterness.
Yeah.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
How'd you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but
Well, thanks for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Surprised they even built a nuke reactor with a bunch of scraps. Yeah, well, hope springs eternal, right?
You gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
No, we're not getting in on the vortices. We're making Nancy Reagan proud. Alright. So I think I want to stop at the church real quick before we, we talk to Lillian and get her to take us to the, coastal fortification where perhaps the shot came from. Come on. You can do it, Harry. You can do it. Just walk to the place. That's all you gotta do. There we go.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
You're not limping.
You're you.
She sounds almost disappointed with you. Reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
Yeah, some people hurt me.
Is this from the shooting in town?
Been all over the
We heard
place. I
gunshots.
forgot Elysium's
Not that we
plot.
don't hear
Yeah.
gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
You didn't only get shot.
I dodged the second shot. I can also get not shot.
Well, good for you.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
She needs to go on a date with another drunk badly. We need to get to that island.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
Uh-huh. Could borrow your boat.
If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull, I just got it nice and yellow, and no drinking on the boat, and no joyriding either.
Oh, she knows us too well.
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business.
Aye.
Not along
The
attentive.
crow's feet disappear from the corners of her eyes.
2
as
days
she
of
smiles at
sunshine?
you.
I just got a bacterial infection.
I'm sad to hear that. Take care of that with ether, will you? Don't get too many RCM men round here. Be sad to lose the first one.
That's cool. You boasted
Boasting your bacterial infection like that? Oh yeah, chicks dig that. Chicks love that. What's on that island? So some kind of ruins.
Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself. Always steered clear of it.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
Who has been?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me.
This must be one of the many fortifications that was used in the dying days of the revolution against coalition forces before they took this city.
The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such.
Which kids?
Twins.
Really?
God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety
Those
barge.
twins are like 7 years old. That's
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place before we go? Would that be alright?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do.
all right. Anything I should know about getting there?
Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful.
Aha.
Be sure to enter from the
From
south
the
side.
south side.
Water's deep there.
Cartonaire had not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped, and the RCM officer's aim was deadly with the flintlock on his hip. Flintlock on his hip. Yeah, man, that's freaking wild that Kim hit him in the eye slit. Alright, we'll use your skiff to get there then.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
Ah, be seeing you. Alright, yeah, let's talk to the kids, see what they know. How you doing? Bad news about Ruby.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I got shot.
Even I can see that. I told you not to bring your trouble with you, policeman.
Aren't you proud
We've
of
got
me, old
troubles
lady?
of our
I got
own
shot.
Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen.
Yeah, you were right. The men with guns were coming for me after all.
I'm not sure those were the last of the men with guns either. There are always more coming for your kind.
That's a reassuring thought. Thank you.
Then we'll be ready. for
Yeah,
them.
we'll have a gun next time. All right.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Okay, kids, you've been to that island, right?
That iron.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that one. I need to know what's there.
That's, nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants.
Yeah, these kids are not old enough to
You
be
can
taking
dig
a raft to
there.
a
It's great.
busted-ass old fort.
And we make a fire. We make a fire.
Yeah, if you signed the papers to Evard. Yeah, I didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets.
Alright, the casings.
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war, but this could be important.
You mean shells?
I don't know what those are.
What then?
They're lights. The fire guy comes and asks us.
Fire
to put the
guy.
fire out.
Your nerve endings sting from the mention of a guy.
Casings you fuck bullet is the entire thing, or shell, yeah.
They must mean a human being on that island, but
So-
is cut off.
Someone lives on that island?
No.
Shaking his head vehemently,
Yes.
okay. Aha.
Let's go with yes.
Lieutenant raises his eyebrows and whips out his notebook. Why is he the fire guy?
Because he asks to put the fire out.
I see. Why does he ask you to put the fire out?
I don't know. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like people to be there.
Okay, so there's
You
someone
should
waiting for us
go.
there.
Yes.
The other one adds laconically, standing with his hands glued to his sides like a little tin soldier. How about the lights?
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
Points to the streetlight.
Yes.
Okay. Your father used to go to that island too, didn't he?
Our father killed him.
Okay, thanks for that.
Don't say that. He didn't.
Brother punches him. The boy's eyes well up like he's about to start crying. Smell an ambush. Yep. How big did the fire you made? Yeah, how big was the fire you made? Yeah, that's a good way to start. It's a good way to talk to kids. We've kind of established Harry has no idea how to talk to kids. Say nothing.
I'm sorry.
The one says to the rubbing his brother's shoulder affectionately. Anything else you can tell me about the guy?
No, he doesn't live there. I don't think. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
Okay, maybe he lives there but he leaves?
Anything else? What does this guy look like?
I don't know.
How come?
We ran.
Ah.
He just yelled, we shouldn't be there.
Anything more you can tell me?
There's
The boy says, rubbing his eyes, as clearly he has no intention of finishing the sentence. Sure.
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
Yeah. Take care, kids. Alright. Want to check out the church, and then I think, yeah, we will head to the island. No way they let an actual child do VA. Sure sounds like it. Yeah. That was a very convincing performance if that was not an actual child. Yeah, that is talent indeed. Oh, there they are. Still at it. Still hardcore. Alright, hey, Egghead.
Delorian Church! The place to be! Make some noise, my church people!
Yeah! It's hardcore! Large speakers are set up behind the young man blasting a familiar song.
Vibrations thump through your blue soul. The music sounds much better in the church. He stands on stage behind a table, nodding along to the music and waving his hand in the air. In front of him, the audio mixer.
They're voiced by a
One
person
reel
named
spinning.
Zachary Soda, and nothing is known much. Probably an actual kid, then.
The other reel deck is empty. Cables run hither and thither. On one side, you see an auxiliary line in with the number 4.5 written next to it.
I found this reel of tape. Maybe you can use it to hard up X-Jam.
Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes here, into deck B.
Alright. Let's see what's on the tape. We probably should have listened to the tape before.
A hand on his ear, he listens to the audio through his headphones and shouts.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself?
Oh, really?
Great excitement is bubbling to the surface within him. This is big.
No, actually, I found it tangled up in a hawthorn tree.
Listen, I'm just going to show it to you. Ready?
Just I was like the Lord of the Exchequer, yeah. Alright, let's hear this. Adding more treble is not the way to harden this up, I think, but okay.
Wow! Here's that? The signs match perfectly!
Wow!
Now, if only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be unbelievably hyper!
What is this?
It's good. How did you guys do that?
Yeah. Just found a random tape and brought it to Egghead. He's incredibly good at remixing.
Yes, but what if Van Eyck based his remix on some forgotten local melody, like a folk song, and you just found the original piece that inspired him to create this jam? That would explain why it fits so well.
I suppose.
Nah, to me it sounds like classic Van Eyck. I don't think he needs any inspiration from folk songs. Maybe he lives in Martinez and just threw away part of his song because he thought it wasn't good enough?
Maybe.
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic talent.
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is the key.
I think you're right.
No, this is definitely part of the same song. Something cut from it. It fits too well. Something mysterious is going on here.
You know what? We've been ignoring Inland Empire for a while. Yeah, I think it's a local folk song
Be
remix.
how it may, if it fits, it fits. Bring up the volume. What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Yeah, I remember. You said it needs more bass.
I think you might know the answer.
What if we used that crazy sound assault from Suna's experiment, but contained it, tamed it, made it pulse?
But how?
What about that compressor Andre was setting up to achieve some sort of parallel processing?
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. I think the jam's already pretty ultra.
Nah, I need space. Come on, man.
But it could be hyper hardcore.
Facing godly, the audio onslaught can be tamed. Connect the dots. Uh-huh. That was a crazy sound we heard before.
It was awesome and scary. Very hardcore.
Let's try talking to Suna. Maybe we can get some more bonuses on this check.
Too hardcore, in fact. I couldn't control it at all. It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left. Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace. Extreme.
So extreme.
Inside your chest, the heart beats still with the after effects of the sound. Imagine if you could harness that power.
What if this is the answer to Van Eyck's jam? Use the sound for the bass.
But how?
What about the compressor? The one with the spiky hair was setting up to achieve some sort of parallel processing.
Goodbye, Egghead. Let's talk to Andre and see if maybe he has more insight into that.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
No words. Just stands -1 got shot in the hip. We'll make the beat better. What's with the hair?
It's to express my individuality.
If you must.
Is that a bald spot? It's hard to tell for sure with the fused together spikes, but it looks like he's balding.
Or is it because you're balding?
Or because I'm balding, yes. I want to fuse the remains of my hair together before it leaves me.
Fair enough.
I want to show my hair. I don't give a fuck how old you think I am. I'm 20.
How old are you, Andre?
Not 20.
Is it important for you to be an individual?
Of course it is. Otherwise, I'd just be another poor guy with no education and no money. General issue, man. Now I'm all that, and I have radical spikes.
Fair enough.
Maybe it was a bad idea. Anyway.
Yeah, what do you know about the Ecclesiastes?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
I don't even know what the founding party
Come
is.
to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And?
And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian Church. Plus,
okay. Yeah, the innocence,
like,
the
the
innocentic system is fascinating. It's almost like recognizing the player. Exactly like the kind who would want loud anodic music in their church.
You're right, they do.
He says without the slightest hint of irony.
The Pericarnassian Church is about love. Anodic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We're done!
They sound bad, Files. They were gonna cook drugs, but we talked them out of it.
Love is hardcore!
We talked them out of it. Certainly they're not gonna go back on their words and start cooking drugs, right?
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse!
Turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious you will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
Nod your head.
Feels good.
Oh yeah. Guess love can be pretty
yeah,
hardcore.
It can!
Oh yeah!
It's coming around. You're getting it.
Alright. How could the founding party be anything but enthusiastic? Dance music is about love, and so is the Paracarnassian Church. Yakokata! The place to be!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassian.
His very wrong vision of Paracarnassian.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forms a fist with a screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking. You feel like you could go for a little disco when, or if, they get this club going. You've got it in you.
Dance fever incoming. That's it for now.
Goodbye, officer. Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Yeah. Alright, yeah, let's internalize the hardcore aesthetic.
Aggressive.
Damn it.
Monotonous, but also somehow sacrum.
Second time we failed that check with better than 50% odds.
Yes, what is it?
No, I'll leave you to it. Alright. I don't think we get any more advantages, so let's give this a shot.
Good morning! Yeah!
Bzz, 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 goes the track in the background, never ending. You can't grasp what's missing, but you can try to make something up anyway.
Where everyone cannot speak, one ought to remain silent.
The young man bobs his head to the music, much as before.
Goodbye, Andre. God, we need the bass. We need the bass. Alright, off we go to the island. I think we've dicked around long enough, wasted pretty much the entire day. Let's figure out where that shot came from. Let's wrap up this case. Don't know if we'll finish it today, like today in game, but... Is the boat in question? No, it's probably at the end of the, probably at the end of the dock, right? Aha.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you.
Boat!
Are you sure you want to go now? Have you made all the necessary preparations?
Oh, it's telling me this is the end.
Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox.
What?
What? How else do we blast SAD FM on our way to the island?
Fine. Let's blast SAD FM then.
Hell yeah.
SAD FM is a radio station specializing in sad, slow rock songs. You seem to know its frequency by heart.
Get in and ride to the island. Look at him go. Look at him go.
Want to be free.
I'm on a boat. Oh yeah. I'm a motherfucking cop on the motherfucking boat. Listen to my sad song while Kim's at the rudder. Best stay away, kid, or I just might fuck your mother. I'm on a boat. Interesting choice. Yeah, watch for shallow reefs, Kim. Don't want to drop the boombox in the water. Yeah, that's what we care about. That's what we care about. I liked the Littlest Church in Saint-Saëns a lot better. Give me more ancient reptile brain. Here it is. Okay.
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence. In the silence, a sputter.
The bunker door we tried to open, you will always fail on that, even if you roll a 6-6. I was just wondering about that. Even if you roll a 6-6, huh? Flock of quails takes off the distance. Yeah, let's go. You know what? I might actually hold the level up. Yeah, I think I will hold the level up just in case we run into something we really need help with. Makeshift bridge. The bombs were powerful enough to break the foundation. Oof. Rusted chain trails off into the ocean.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
This leads to the depot in Land's End.
Yes, so it seems.
What do you think it was used for? Supplies?
For bringing munitions
yeah.
to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
Mm-hmm. Must be a scripted mission thing, so that's why you'll fail in that until it's time.
As a defensive measure, lock it off that side of the bay.
Lock it from whom?
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
Finish that. Alright. Yeah, let's check out the ground floor first, before we go up there. Oh. Tires are falling apart. They're at least 50 years old. Alright, yeah, looks like not a lot of places I can go on the ground floor, so up we go. Lingering trace of mazut in the air. Attention, inflammable. Some fuel has leaked out of the barrel. Black viscous. English is such a wonderful language. Flammable and inflammable both mean functionally the same thing. I know the actual distance. Like, inflammable is something that can spark up on its
The
own.
dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still surface of the sea.
What's that flutter?
The flock of quail departs. Now more than 100 meters away. 102, 105.
Underneath the flutter?
On the islet, there is almost no wind. Just snow quietly falling on the reeds. Bulrushes swaying on the waterline. Long dried leaves chafing against each other. Like a silent orchestra tuning at the beginning of some major work. Of great importance to the few who attend.
To the west?
A silent hiss. Sea air moving through the needles of a pine tree.
To the east?
The faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the sound of sand. The low tide filtered through its grains. A bird tending to its feathers. Snow falls on the water, melting away without even a whisper.
Ahead?
A low hum. The air slowly moves through a concrete box, through its ancient slits and cracks, resonating, hollow. A big building.
Beyond that, further north, the sea,
Air
right?
flows out of a pillbox window. There is very little there. The air cossets flowers on a meadow. Absolute silence. Reeds motionless. Bulrushes motionless. A flake of snow falls on an extinguished campfire. Hiss.
And below the silence?
Kolda Mama Dakwa.
Kolda Mama Dakwa, of course. Cam.
Yes?
It's really fucking silent on this island.
It is. Is that why we are stopping?
To listen to one more
The
thing.
lieutenant nods in silence.
Never mind. Okay, looks like we can go in the fortification, but let's check everything out here. Girl says ICM. You see a star with little specks in it. Okay. Recognize this little birch from the coin operated view. Oh, hey, nice. Way to get up in there. The stairs are gone.
ICM? This feels familiar somehow.
Kim, what is the ICM?
Insulindian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the Communards Army. The black and white army of the Revolution.
Gotcha. Oh, so the White Army was revolutionary in this universe. Okay.
Sounds an awful lot like
RCM.
It does.
Why?
The RCM may descend from the ICM.
May?
It's impossible to say.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of
It was
chaotic there at
chaos
the
after
end.
the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revacholian was mostly workers and criminals.
Sure.
Nice political thoughts rush through your neocortex.
Political
It's
thoughts
going
often
to be
do feel
hard to
nice.
say them. Carrying around all that weight on a busted crutch is making you pant.
A little embarrassing in 51, no? Maybe we need a reband?
No one remembers the ICM. The connotation is less important each year.
But White Star.
An upside-down star.
Right, the Mazovian stuff.
With its horns in the sky. The symbol
White
of
Army
the
fighting for the
commune.
revolutionaries must be constitutional monarchies then, right? Yeah. Those spec stars too?
No, that's the uninhabited archipelago.
Oh.
A DeLorean era symbol of Insulinda, known as the face in the sea.
Looks old. What's it still doing
After
here?
44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Gefreiter. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel.
We found them all. Finish the thought. Alright. Fuck. Do I want to distribute a point before I go in here? Authority, empathy, encyclopedia. Encyclopedia sucks. Let me... what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Let's get savvy. God. This was once an armament rest, sure. Whoa. No, I would like to have that thought, please. Twin cannons were attached here, medium distance, large caliber. So is this the AA gun? Probably. Careful, these stairs have collapsed. Okay, can't go that way. Yeah, looks like the AA gun. Books, mostly fantastique and historical fiction. Yeah, there sure was someone in here. Dishes stained with sauce and fire. A survivor's kitchen. See candles planted on a broken rangefinder. Uh-huh. Moth-bitten bedsheet keeps the wind out. Sure enough, wouldn't this be more of a coastal battery? Yeah, I think that's what they referred to it as. But it was definitely an AA gun. They say was here. Okay, so we have a bed over there. We have whatever this thing is.
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor.
Microgrid
The
generator.
cables disappear into the wall to your right. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
What kind of a generator is this?
Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout.
Points to the open fuel cap on the side of the dynamo. Aha.
The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter. Long and cold.
Sure.
If anyone stayed here, they'd need a generator.
Tap on the side.
Hollow ring. The canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator and down into the ammo lift.
What does this mean, a generator here?
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher.
That is his idea of a joke.
I am... This generator proves the universe's material. Kick the generator. Ouch!
A small agony. Minuscule bones may have fractured, but it proves...
Yeah! Ouch.
He nods approvingly.
We even made Kim smile in the end. I meant, why is it here?
Someone with basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy.
Yeah, maybe.
The wind outside picks up suddenly, with a faint howl. Inside, it's warm.
Where do the wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere?
I see.
Bent metal. Broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms.
Am I the clumsy cop?
Objects. You are the
destroyer.
The home of inanimate matter.
Gaze upon me, stuff and despair.
Kudos.
Anti-object task force. That might be a thought worth having. Might be a thought worth having. My pain threshold hurts. Take a look at your hands. See how bruised they are? See those little scars? This is Exhibit A. The material world is holding you back. Containers, mailboxes, doors, chairs. They're all your enemies. Always have been. Atoms themselves are in on the conspiracy, forming shapes and structures that you hate. Your energy stuck in a body. Your spirit trapped in matter. Break free! Beat up that lamppost! Let it know just how much objects suck. If it was the sniper, he would have been staking out here for a while. Very true. Alright, looks like we need to find... Well, we can go down that way. Let's check out this bed.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracol blanket.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
How recently?
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear yourself.
I was kind of thinking maybe I should take a pain threshold point.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
No time to rest now.
Yes, anytime. If you need a rest later, it's okay by me.
You don't have to be a hero.
But I wanna be. I'm a superstar cop. Alright, photo of Mazov, sure. What have we here? Great blast door must weigh over 10 tons. Rust peels off of it. Okay. So can we get over to the other side? Yeah.
Green paint flicks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard.
What's this then?
The console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out, they terminate here.
What does this do?
Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radiodiffusé. Sounds like this device was used to control the electronics here. Maybe it still does.
This device was used to control the electronics in the room. It could open doors, control lights, function as a radio computer.
Let's try emergency open.
We need to restore power before using this, officer. The generator, it didn't look like there was fuel in it.
Aha, so
we should look
fuel.
around outside. There are barrels all over. Maybe one of them still has something in it.
Looks into the dim light to his right.
The boat engine.
Failing that, we could go back to the main... yeah, we could get some from the boat engine.
But officer, then we would have to swim back to the mainland. Let's just look around, okay?
The consul stands by, mutely. Urgence, ouvert.
I don't think that anything's gonna happen until we get some fuel here. Hatch is jammed shut. Where does this side take us? Aha. Firing slipped. Can't see inside. Must have been a direct hit to take out such a huge chunk. Yeah, that's impressive. Distant sound of cargo ships. Signal horns echo on the water. This game really does do a fantastic job of setting the mood. Creating a whole ass environment for you to immerse yourself in. And yeah, this just feels very, very sad. But yeah, I'm almost certain we found our sniper. Oh, hello.
A strange feeling, looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in.
But it's cold.
Yes, cold and still. But love is warm, like the inside of her mouth.
No. You trying to kill us, Inland Empire?
Yes. No. We're not starting with that. Not now. Not this time. This thought is over.
Why are we doing this?
Perhaps there's someone there, under the water.
Mermaid waifu.
Where it has always been. Smelling of tutti frutti.
Oh, we're doing this now. Moving thought here, the unfound bodies of soldiers that died. Yeah, I'm sure we'll probably stumble on something, right?
Maybe. You know it's going to hurt.
It's gonna hurt. Raise your side.
In the snowing mirror of the bay, you see Martinez reflected. Tall edifices of ruins reach into the water, like shimmering towers. And the shacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries, upside down. Islets and posts, like stepping stones, lead into the water in front of you. Go. Step in. It's been too long.
Nah, not right now. Maybe not right now. Maybe not right now. I love that even the little part of your psyche that's telling you to end it all is represented. For some people, that's a unfortunately large part of their psyche. The pain in your pelvis makes you wince, then you continue. Inside of the fortress, you make out the console and the blast door. Oh, can we get in this way? Maybe not. The depot that supplied this chain is long gone from the coast. Weathered artillery map showing coordinates in the Bay of Revachol. Hey! Lum fuel canister. Old medicine cabinet, newly stocked with Dramamine. Gimme.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures. Firing slits.
Is
like
this our sniper nest?
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
Inspect the mattress.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns, and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
Pick one out of the can.
The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Moteri.
Where have we heard this before? I know we've heard this before.
Contemporary Revacholians prefer Juan, a local blend from the southern islands, or Astra, the legendary cigarette from Grad. Tio Moteri is favored by older men for its paper filter tips, sweet smell, and added tar.
Yeah, we saw them in Land's End.
Could be a coincidence. Or the same person has visited Land's End and here.
Shopping for the perfect angle, perhaps.
I didn't see any signs of smoking inside, though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
Inspect the wall.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window.
Touch the concrete
Quite
first.
old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain.
Look through the hole.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation, a tingling feeling in your stomach. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water, the ruins look familiar.
On the left,
a towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B.
And I bet on the right is the ruined statue.
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10. The doomed commercial area.
And between the two is the shot, isn't it?
The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop. Sunlight reflecting off the upstairs
what else
window
can you
of
say?
Clausia's room.
But motherfucker.
What does that mean? Do you have line of sight to the window?
Sure do.
More than that.
Kim, with a pair of binoculars, I would be able to see inside the room.
A pair of binoculars? Or a scope of a rifle? You'd be prone, lying on a mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Cheek against a cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger, on a calm day like this.
I could make the shot.
Good. I think we have it, Detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Affirmative.
Well, better late than never.
Nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
7 people are dead.
Don't beat yourself up,
Yeah.
officer. We did not put guns in their hands or get them drunk.
Looks north over the fortification, then adds.
The lieutenant pauses. Regret comes over him.
Yeah.
We will make up for it. Here. I feel it.
Could the shooter still be here?
Where?
On this island.
He does not answer, just nods. With his back hunched, he looks around once more and says,
We should move now.
Okay. We should move now. Yeah, I want to get a pain threshold point. Okay, so we have a fuel canister. Feel eyes on your back. Someone's watching, but you can't say where. If the mercs willingly killed the guy since they respected him, not loved him. Maybe. Or, you know, there's also the possibility that they were trying to kill Clausia, although that doesn't make sense because given the position they were in, Clausia probably wouldn't be visible. Or yeah, maybe it's some enemy he made from his many fucked up things he did as a merc. I get the feeling we'll find out soon. Oh. Water rushes below. Far down below. We have something... Oh. A little magnesium. Let's... Oh, what do we have here? They're giving us a lot of morale boosters. This door.
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one. A heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
Must find a key. What's on the other
Another
side?
part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
How do we open
this
this?
is one of the doors we don't open.
It's the door, then it's Big Brother, then it's the lock.
He's right. It would be better to open its Big Brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
Yep, we opened the big one.
Yeah, on the console just southeast of
Yeah, I know.
Remember? Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
Okay. Let's fuel this thing
old
up.
Cylindrical generator waits with its fuel cap open. Makeshift electrical wiring runs out of its side and across the floor. The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch.
Pull the rope.
The recoil start wakes the old generator
Yeah,
up.
no way that
Machine
fucking thing
sputters
starts on the
like
first
old
pull.
wolves
No
before
way.
settling down.
Pull the rope and pull the rope and pull the rope and pull the rope.
That should do it.
Alright. Sure enough. Alright, so let's see.
A dim golden glow animates the console. Faint.
I mean,
like
someone
a
has been
ghost
using it
light.
recently or many
Jean
times. Yeah,
Beauvais
that's true, that's
reads
true.
one
Someone
dial key.
probably has been using it
Louvet
recently.
reads another.
It's on. Turn emergency open.
Automatic boot.
Slide radio dial.
The dial slides under the dusty glass, dark and silent, despite the power being on. You make out defunct stations on the UKV frequency. The words, failed insula, are written on the band. An idea lights up in your head.
Maybe we could contact Suna, the programmer lady. She could open the door for us remotely.
This is an air-gapped system. Of air, I think they call it. That won't work.
Okay.
We are better off looking for a mechanical solution, if we need one at all.
Push it. Turn it up.
The last door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Man, I have a bad feeling about what's waiting for us out there.
After you.
Yeah, I felt someone watching me when we were outside.
So did I. Not back there, but I felt it since we came here.
Alright. What if we get into another fight?
Don't worry. I have a gun.
Takes out his sidearm, checks the barrel, then holsters it again. What's there?
I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit. The wind picks up, then dies down again.
Let's go. Shame you have to work forever to get your gun back. Seriously, man. Seriously. Rubber dinghy. It's deflated, broken. Uh-huh. Small white flowers blossom all around you. Well, there you fucking are. There you fucking are. Oh, you've got a rifle, too.
An old man, wearing tracksuit trousers, leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp.
Nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Bell McGrave?
It's a 3-Angong 446.
Aha.
Southeast Samaran made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
This is someone from the mercenary crew who got slighted. I feel it.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune.
Okay. That's the rifle.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
The Sinyao commune.
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the ball.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I fueled the generator, then used the console.
I should have burned that console down.
How'd you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
It was not rock and roll, it was Sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness.
So this is like
The
a
weapon
true
of the
believer
bourgeoisie.
communist. He's probably, he's old enough to have fought in the revolution, huh? And he's still sticking around. So what motive would he have to kill? I mean, I guess he picked up that the guy was a merc.
The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate, hip gyrating, mental illness music.
Are you the fire guy?
The what now? I can't hear you.
Recently tell 2 kids to put out their fire, 2 twins?
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
The position? Sounds like a hiding place.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
You've retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Alright, need you to put down that gun so we can talk further. We're with the police.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
I am an enemy commander of rank. Put it down.
The words, "I am an enemy commander," sound cold as iron from your lungs. The old man still hugs his gun.
And what rank would that be?
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
Man lays the rifle down carelessly, then stares at it just lying there.
Like an amputated limb in the sand.
Yeah.
He stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound. A strange sadness, like a song.
What did you say?
The future teaches you to be alone.
Damn, that's bleak.
The present.
The present.
The present, to be afraid and cold.
Yeah, let me pick up the gun
His
lying in the
gaze
sand.
follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire.
Must be the war isn't over according to my orders. Yeah, I think that's what we're dealing with here. Or he really doesn't want it to be over. Inspect
The
it closer.
rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burned into the wood. Triangong, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
Yeah, as you said, Trangong made in Sinyao.
Worn. Personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use, hasn't it, sir?
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of wind.
Use the jacketed ammunition, 446.
Jacketed. Military-grade ammunition.
446.
Good
That's
for
a pretty
hitting
small
something that's
caliber.
very far away.
Yeah, I guess I can see how that would not create a huge exit wound.
As he speaks, he stresses every word. He's liking this.
Stow the gun.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession in time.
It's words. The future teaches you.
Real music. Real brilliant cult. That's La Revacholian, not your rock and roll misanthropy. Chanson de soldat of the black and whites.
Mm-hmm.
You need to address that remark.
I'm not a misanthrope. I'm a half-dead police officer who's just doing his job.
The job of a shitlicker.
Yeah, understood.
You don't understand anything.
So who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross. Political commissar. Of the 114th
Oh, God.
Anti-Aircraft
It's a political commissar. Of course it is.
4th Army of the Commune of Revachol.
Yeah, of course. Of course he's a commissar. Would have selected him for ideological loyalty, and he's loyal 50 years on.
I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war.
Current weapon
This
uses example for
is my
446
term,
millimeters, something of an MP7. Yeah. I mean, it's a small caliber. I'm surprised you hit something a kilometer away with it, but I guess. His eyes turn to the reeds again, dead and dull.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08.
I think it's really appropriate that we're dealing with someone who... a literal remnant of the revolution here at the end. Can't let go. In this coastal fort that can't let go. In this place that can't let go. People need to play dead money.
I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen.
Oh.
Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
Yeah, even 105 millimeter at 1 kilometer starts to have noticeable drop. Yeah, seriously.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
Yeah, you've been on this island for 43 years.
No. I've been on other islands, too.
Uh-huh.
I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
So you said you deserted your unit.
I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
Lapse of faith?
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible.
Ah,
For a
yes.
second, I
very,
doubted
very
the
unfortunate
irreducible laws of
brush
historic
with the truth.
materialism.
Yes, lapse of faith,
A
certainly.
second is all it took
For you to run like a little bitch.
for reaction to take hold.
Wasn't reaction, you were just afraid.
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
And this was... when?
Lieutenant instinctively looks to his notebook, but does not take it out. Interesting.
May the 13th, 08. 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic.
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower.
Gestures toward it.
Huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon. But I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
He looks east.
A terrible shame still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
You didn't go to the map room.
No. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland. In the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened of the ordnance all night, and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction.
He opens his eyes and stares right through you.
I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know.
You done goofed.
That the bourgeois are not human.
Say nothing, let him finish.
I had to. I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
The old man falls silent. His black eyes keep piercing your skin as he looks to some great distance behind you, shaking his head slowly, retreating from it. So you've been hiding here for 43 years?
43 years and 10 months.
That's pretty steadfast.
It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
He looks across the water.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men, women, children, street hawks and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady.
Revachol's a nice enough place to have migrant laborers, at least.
41.
Figure this was third world.
Always waiting.
Always waiting. For what?
For her to return.
Her who?
Girl, child, revolution.
Girl, child, revolution. Women will always betray you.
Women are more susceptible to bourgeois morals. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
It's not like you've really made any effort hiding out on this island all the time. So what is this place, this island?
It's not an island, Dwight. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
So you mean the landing, the retaking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
Coalition military.
Iblis.
Iblis.
The black-eyed angel.
Uh-huh. So have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I
Looks at
steal.
his worn running shoes. Nice.
Now hold on there.
I mean, you could have become self-employed, create the system.
You're insane and grotesque. Everyone steals. Vegetables, supplies. It's the life of a dog.
Coughs once more, then puts his hand on his belly.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter.
Damn,
Red,
okay.
like beetroot.
Not long for this
Been
world, eh?
passing it in stool, too.
He does seem frail. Good for his age. More like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
Yeah, especially the blood in his stool and throwing up as well.
TRCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of...
His eyes roll into his skull and back.
I don't even know what. Inferno?
Notice the lieutenant is about to say something. Yeah, I feel like the lieutenant has more rapport with him.
I
than
would
we do.
imagine it gets tremendously difficult, mentally, to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
Looks down at his shoes, his face parched from the sun and the wind. There's a wince of pain in there somewhere, sure.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved
How
on?
could they have moved on, right? All of the horrible shit he saw, how have they moved on? Have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course.
Can't believe Boogie Street's a real
Those
thing.
fucking Kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
So how'd you get between here and the mainland? I think I know.
I used a dinghy.
Uh-huh.
I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
Falls silent, his gaze fixed on the shacks huddled together across the water. Why don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
Yeah, we found a few of your hidey holes, I think. Weapon cache under Saint-Gelain, 22B, in the basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Belmer graves, right?
Yeah, they were damaged beyond use.
I know.
Aha.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across.
Small bunker in the Feld building. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker.
The propaganda bunker, of course that it was.
I used to, but not anymore.
Of course it was. That would explain the radio equipment down there.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
Okay. Do you smoke Tiamotori cigarettes?
I do.
Ever smoke them on the mainland?
They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
Another
The
thing.
old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
So you said this is your termless surrender.
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. The so-called Lieutenant W. Freighter.
We enforce the law, keep the animals from killing each other.
You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International. The enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary.
Got the achievement for fascist
That's
responses. Fair enough.
Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
His hand shakes and he breaks into a coughing fit.
A spray of blood from his mouth on
Oof.
the black charcoal in the fire pit.
Yeah, this dude doesn't have long.
Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
The Communards signed the Revacholian Instrument of Surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I am the Communist Party.
TBH deserter. By now you would be pardoned since they don't really care anymore. Yeah. Certainly worked out that way with the Germans. Most of them didn't have to wait more than 10 years.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
he just wipes the blood from his chin.
Yeah, understood.
I don't think you did. You live in a delusion. Radio shows, speed racing, and sporting goods. It's not real.
So you're a commie from the commie army?
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party. Not to the army.
Why he didn't surrender, I suppose. Said you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
In historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
Yeah, I'm beginning to get an image of why Revachol didn't hold out against the coalition. Historical materialism does not do a lot to prevent an airborne landing. What does a political commissar do?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the Commune.
Mm-hmm.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a knight philosopher of the revolution. A future human.
Mm-hmm.
Awakened from shutdown by the promise of ideology.
Of course, you're a trained communist.
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
Should we piss this guy off even more? Yeah, the real revolutionizing is done by entrepreneurs.
You're part of the meat shield. The human meat shield that surrounds the fascists and the license holders. You take the fire while they rape and kill. That's what you are.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology.
Turns to the old man.
We have come to ask questions regarding a murder investigation.
Indeed.
The old man spits into the fire pit. He does not say anything more. A jitter passes his lower body. There's definitely something off with his body. Something more than just metabolism, or even cancer.
Something more than even cancer. Is he wounded, maybe? Another serious question for
There's
you.
nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
Assess his body language.
What
Nice.
strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. For a man who's spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild,
He is surprisingly okay.
indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas. Above all, he seems animated.
Animated by what? Communism!
It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system.
Dementia? No, communism.
You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile.
Mr. Dross, are you okay? How's your memory?
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
It's a pretty good definition of not okay, thank you.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course.
What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Aha.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I
In
haven't
tune
done
with
that.
what's happening in the US today, yeah? Yeah.
I've used it to kill people.
Who was the last person you killed?
Interesting. During or after the war?
Both.
There is no after the war.
Class war is never over.
So he's continued
Shakes his
killing
head and smiles,
after
his teeth rotted
hostilities
black.
ended. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
This is it. You can feel it, like battery acid on the tip of your tongue. Something you haven't felt in a while. But
what?
This is what you live for. This is the shit.
This is the moment.
The great serotonin.
The great serotonin jackpot, yes!
The solution.
The solution!
Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor Crenell?
The who now?
Leans in and cups his ear.
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire.
The corpse in ceramic armor hanging behind the whirling rags. Did you shoot him?
Oh, yes. That one.
The last
Ugly
solution.
piece of work,
The solution
that
at the end of the
boy.
game. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
Lieutenant takes a sudden step toward him.
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol.
Spits a big one at the lieutenant's feet. Yeah.
I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. The gun. The murder weapon is the perfect opener. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
Don't need your cooperation. I've got this.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your musketeer pistols. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed.
Damn, so he knows everything that went down.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it.
Yeah, pretty much.
He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
Yeah, stop changing the subject. We have the murder weapon.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
You think we have the murder weapon?
4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. We have it. This is it.
Modified for range. Interesting. Yep, we have the murder weapon. Lieutenant takes out his notebook and draws a single line.
This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
The old man does not say more. He just glances into the reeds and then twitches once more.
This pushed him, but not enough. Just a little more.
We've done the ballistics. The shot came from this island.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession.
Lieutenant softens his voice.
You've been here a long time, Mr. DuBois. Too long. You clearly need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part.
Yep, the view was perfect. With a pair of binoculars I could have seen in the room.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
Another sudden twitch, then one more in his right eye.
Almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments. Anything.
Come on, what am I forgetting?
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
Oh, yes.
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. And Maybells on Clausia's balcony.
So wait, was Clausia visiting him?
And nowhere else. Nowhere in all of Martinez have you seen them.
So the flowers were super relevant after all. Maybells, behind the victim's window. I saw them growing here.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly. Nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
So was Clausia coming out here? Was he in contact with her? Did he not? Well, clearly he didn't like her being with the merc.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
I haven't seen these flowers anywhere else in Martinez, only here.
They blossom on the islets before. We fertilize them with our blood. Resurrection was snow white in May, before they ruined it.
South, the Bay of Martinez is dotted with little freckles of islets, turning green, with white flowers in white snow.
Oh, man.
The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with...
Plus the man heard about the merc thing, which I doubt there'd be no way he would have known about them unless someone told him. Yeah, I mean, he can move around. He might have been in contact with Claudia. Wouldn't surprise me.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may.
Young woman called Claudia. Ring any bells? Flowers like these were behind her window.
Claudia.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
Yes, Claudia. You hadn't heard her name, had you?
My ears don't reach the city.
But you know her, right? She had intimate relations with the victim, the mercenary.
With the victim?
He turns his sight from the widening field of flowers and falls silent. And the muscles in his jaw twitch and spasm.
There is a small tremble. Looks like a smile. A crooked smile. yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
He was a killer, but he was still under the protection of the law.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
Breathes through flared nostrils.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot him?
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
You can almost see him squeeze a tear out of his eye. His fists begin to tremble from the anger.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you, while the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
Alright, just nod.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
And then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white. Or what's left of it, anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
The lieutenant asks after a second of silence.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
Lieutenant takes out his notebook slowly, very slowly.
The old man nods.
Why?
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, he has a very limited view from his embrasure.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from. You can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's preparing the ground.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Yeah, why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
Cocks his head to the side, then turns his eyes to the city. Another tremor passes his right side, lower in intensity. And it's getting a behind the scenes of a point. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Looking's free.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
Yeah, fair enough.
And if you don't like it?
Yeah, pull the trigger.
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
I see.
He will not stop now. These dialectical materialist types never do. Exploit it. You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
What specifically did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder?
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that.
So you were jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore.
Fair enough.
And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second, writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But You can't have
You
everything.
can't have everything, nope.
This man has seen past her, like you did.
Did we see past her, though? Did we see past her?
And now he longs to see her covered in blood. To punish her.
Mm-hmm. Wanted to punish her, so you killed him.
She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let him do to her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Man's very jelly.
While he stands here and rots.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you saw through her. So did I.
You're delusional. There's nothing to see in the soul of the bourgeois woman. It's the same as the surface. Sick hedonism and desperation.
She did deserve a good spanking.
Made a little love nest up there. Sweaty linen and bottles they would use for God knows what. I saw other men there too, but I can't be sure. Even a woman once.
Aha! So she did hook up with Ruby.
The red-haired woman? Ruby.
That kind of thing is fine by the party. So it's fine by me.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes to show you.
Seems like the answer was yes.
So how long had you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have a skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it.
Uh-huh.
I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me.
I mean, she probably
I could see
retrieved
her
it when she left.
Smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
What do you think she had there?
Her passport and tickets to Villiers.
You stole it, didn't you?
In the free state of Seminine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
Some kind of hidden container on the coast. You looked into it?
Yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible. Well made, actually.
Sloppy. We should have gotten her to tell us about this. Did you take the documents?
No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to film. Oh, I mean...
Yeah, moving on. Did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks. And a body hard and lean and bruised all over. Black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating.
Mm-hmm.
I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now.
God damn.
All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here.
It's crazy that he called it.
And have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook? From the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo. And glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
He's setting it up for you. The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
And you could see her bruises through the scope of her rifle?
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how does he know about those minute details of her body?
It quickly comes to you.
The bruises on her body. Any chance you've seen them through a hole in the wall?
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating.
Mm-hmm.
Did you make that hole?
With a clip point knife.
All right.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snorts.
Or see her through a window on a roof?
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
Mm-hmm. So you've been through the secret route behind the whirling
I've been
rags.
through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
That too.
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works.
Mm-hmm.
You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but
Did she take the cake?
Those two took.
Yeah!
You hear the familiar scribble.
Sounds like Lily took the cake too.
A quick glance at you.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial.
He had the
Closing
key.
hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
Points towards the whirling in rags.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union Box window.
You had feelings for that woman.
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough.
The coals of his eyes glistened suddenly.
Wow.
Like stones dripping with water.
Not expecting him to own up
Is
to
he
that.
crying?
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know.
Is that why you left the dried flowers behind her window?
No.
He starts to shake his head again, a sunflower on a withered stalk. Well, why then? Reading on the lore of communists, it was doomed from the start as it was failed social economic policy after another. Yeah, it didn't sound like they... It didn't sound like a really well-managed revolution. I think the whole people's pile thing is a pretty good...
I don't really know.
Then again, I think that was after
I was
the
there
communists.
one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of her room on the floor, like she does sometimes.
When was this?
The day after I killed him.
And you brought her Maybells.
Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
I think you wanted to console her.
Maybe. I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you. If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
Wipes his eye.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes, then nods at you once more.
So in conclusion, it wasn't about him, it was about her.
Her.
He repeats, staring at the ashes, then the reeds. There's a twitch in the corner of his eye.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement.
Distracted emotive.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
She got away, but she let us hear first. She figured out someone was watching her from the C4.
Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week at the island, like she knew.
I think she did.
She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right into me. It doesn't matter.
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol, snow falls on 40-story towers. Above them, Lucerne Central Aerodrome. A cocoon suspended.
She's making her escape
by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft.
And north.
On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still, she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghosts of the city she's leaving, for another, far south, smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers, tenements, and water, and across it, a dark strip of ruins.
The army and government had dual leadership style. Guess how that ended? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, we heard about that since they have the political commissars who, it sounds like they have authority over the army, or are supposed to at least. And yeah, they're appointed by the civilian government, not the army.
He knew she knows. She was looking at the island, figuring it out, day by day, cigarette by cigarette.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years?
Yeah, I want to know if he's
get
done
more
more.
out of him. He likes talking. Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
You been looking at anything else you haven't liked?
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and Rentius.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back.
This little bird is held aloft purely by communism.
The familiar put of hatred.
Yeah, more specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
How come?
Because of the racists.
Everyone's a racist in Martinez.
It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed
given what
radio
we've
shows.
experienced, I think
In
this
the
might be
ruins,
accurate.
In their lorries. Pumped full of steroids and radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that social democratic union and the farce of a social democrat who runs it.
Mr. Clare?
Yes, the fly larva in his
Everett.
container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
You shot the statue. Let him finish, do not interrupt.
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins.
God damn.
Intense, like animals. Like those boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
Shaking his head with sorrow for the sight he missed. Nod.
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't shoot her.
Licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cop parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Quayamoran, or some other island they built their palaces on.
Little St. James?
Feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children.
Say nothing.
That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt Frisell is now dead.
Just nod.
We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those disco whores.
Follows this ominous mumbling. You cannot make it a single
The
word.
disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter. What was that about? Steroids? It piqued your interest. There was something about a statue and nihilistic advertising agency people. Might be worth investigating.
So, yeah, tell me about the disco horse. That's all he said. Even that word has to be pushed through his teeth with great force. The rage seethes too hard. My man does not like disco. He would have burned his disco records at the baseball game. Well, if he would subject himself to a baseball game, the crass materialism of such a thing. The racist on the gate, pumped full of steroids.
Yes, steroids. A racist on steroids.
You Measurehead, right? What's your opinion on
What
him?
is my opinion? You think the rich man has an opinion on this idiocy? Is the rich man on the radio telling you his opinion? No. The rich man's looking at real estate and fiddling his kids, wading through the corpses.
Ha, yes, but he was there. Why was he there if you can't have an opinion?
Did you notice that he is not pointing in the general direction of your face? Yes, he is not the same race. Why was he there?
Scratching away at the race question. You moral intern monkeys keep the conversation going on Channel 4, helping the rich man conduct his swindle with his inanity. You think the rich man cares about your little race games? He rules the whole world, and he laughs at your moral soliloquies.
Stares into the dead embers. There was something about the statue on the roundabout. And syphilis?
Syphilis is a disease Philip III contracted in a whorehouse. The statue is an abomination.
Abomination?
The bacteria entered his brain and made him squander trillions on sparkling wine, cocainum, and monuments of himself. His son, Philip IV, the Insane,
The Insane?
contracted syphilis in the womb.
Wonder what my superlative would be. Can I be Incitatus the Based?
That is technically possible, although Philippe III was not actually syphilitic. He was just mad.
Just mad.
And he still went on to govern Revachol for 25 years. We lost 2 million lives toppling that mode of government. And those grotesque statues, too. Hundreds of them.
As I understand it, Revachol's not more than a city-state, so 2 million lives is... yee.
What a
It's still
key
there.
remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why?
The king is holy and his statues are indestructible.
The king was a congenitally deformed adulterer. The party had his monuments detonated with plastic explosives. That one was especially destructible.
Points toward the city.
Until some advertising cockroaches used their accumulated capital to erect a new, ironic version.
This sounds
of
like
it.
something Idiot Doom
Art
Spiral
is
would
a
do. Pretty high
bourgeois
concept.
establishment. It's an affront to humanity.
Oh, now you fucked up. Sick my literal art degree on you.
Wait, the bullet hole in Philippe's heart. The statue had been shot. That was him. It had to be. He's already proven capable of taking a far more complicated shot from here.
So you shot the statue. There was a bullet hole in his heart.
I did. A needless, sentimental gesture. I should have
Depending on
spared
how
the
large the
bullet
kingdom
for
is,
a
true.
deformed monster of liberal capitalism.
If it was a kingdom, it would mean that the
Shameful,
commune had terrible tactics if it took 2 million to take it all. Yeah. Commies with shitty tactics. Who'd imagine?
Yes,
Such a thing.
shameful. So many
Never heard of
others
it.
to punish over the years. Isn't that right, detective?
That's it for the statue then.
The fat union man let them put it there. Corrupt as he is. Probably got a fat check for it too. Shared with the law.
Yeah, speaking of the fat union man.
Another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real enemy.
That's an
The
interesting
true
take from a
enemy of the
commie.
proletariat. Placating the masses.
Uh-huh.
Disappointment. So personal. He displays a familiarity with the Union's top brass.
So who's a disappointment? Everett Clare?
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean, the brains of the operation. The smart one.
Edgar.
Ah, you mean Edgar, Everett's brother.
He talks a big game about uprising and social base. They must have sent the smart one to some university in Le Jardin, where it's alienation this and hegemony that.
So you talk to Edgar?
First against the wall with him.
Stop poking at the ash now, it just shakes his head.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing happens in Martinez without them
Yeah,
knowing.
that's fair. That's fair.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him to. Don't go straight for the kill. Exhaust everything else first. Soften him up.
So have you approached them?
I haven't approached anyone. I hid. It was Edgar who came to me.
I see.
How did he know you were here?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster.
Probably
on the
same
island.
kids who told us about the
I told
fireman.
you, he has brains.
Points to the path leading to the tower.
Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. Thought he was a man of the left. Wouldn't rat me out.
I mean, he didn't, really.
I was right about one of those things.
So, when was this?
20 years ago. Neither of them could walk now, could they? They were less fat then.
That's around the time the Clares came to power.
What'd you talk about?
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered platitudes about the struggle. Flaunted his pink degree. Even quoted Marzoff. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzoff. Oh, and charity too. They love their charity. Offered me blankets and social housing. I still have the gas cooker he brought.
And he let you be here? He couldn't
Let
dislodge
me
you.
be
Yeah,
here.
he couldn't dislodge you even if
The
he wanted to.
ZOC is an unlawful successor of the commune of Revachol. We took this fortification from the Loyalists. Even the Clares understand this.
They let him be here. Understanding was a courtesy. But why such a courtesy?
Did you kill the Crenel mercenary for the Clares to incite a riot?
You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine again.
Fair enough.
Again? What have you done for Edgar before?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
Okay, he didn't do the hanged man for them. But he's insinuating something.
What was the deal between him and Edgar?
The connection comes to you like a splash of cold water. Dark,
Yep. 20 years ago, when you met Edgar, the Clares didn't run the Union yet, did they? Sputter from the old man.
He acknowledges it. Here we go. A twist behind the dark bend.
Who did? Someone in your scope.
That bourgeois cow. Tiffin Holly was her name. Licked the rich man's hand every time he came to town. Never seen a labor leader so hot on mutual cooperation.
Yep.
And money. She liked that too. That Holly was a real bridge builder and a deal maker.
She's also a woman, wasn't she? Like that Klasha.
She was. And she was real soft on those money men. Had a Barbara Muscova bag over her shoulder
damn.
that she liked.
Yeah, that's a
to
bad
bring
look
to
for a
work.
Union leader. And then she just disappeared.
Called in, they say. On the eve of battle. Ran away. Vanished like a piss stain.
Uh-huh. He squints and smiles at the black logs.
No, that's not quite it, is it?
Did she? They say her daughter called in, not her personally. But that wasn't really her daughter, was it?
Nope.
No, I guess it was not.
Swear you see the embers glow again under his eyes on the dust. Edgar had someone make the call. Why is that, Mr. Dross?
She couldn't make the call herself.
Because you put a bullet in her.
Here it is. The bend in the river.
Because she was dead.
How come?
Because the cow caught a bullet in
Yep.
her right lung. Fell into the canal, grasping her tit and drowned.
Oof.
Or bled. Hard to say. It was a sloppy job on a moving target.
Sure enough.
She was going home, waddling, dressed in yellow, drunk like she often was. The ruins are black around her, and she had a yellow leather bag under her arm. She tried to cross the canal, heading home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that, where they build those new bâtiments for the people who flourish in the hell around her, and the ruins.
And you shot her.
Someone shot her. Or maybe the cow just fell. My memory is full of holes.
Sure it is.
All I know is nothing changed. Not in the material base, not in the hegemony. There was no uprising. Just words. The Union fizzled, sogged. Nothing came of it.
Yeesh.
Nothing.
Edgar didn't keep his part of the deal.
Sputter again, nothing
If
more.
you were to testify to this, give the RCM something on Edgar, you could walk.
Yeah, he's not gonna do that. Lieutenant says in a voice even calmer, as if we're nothing
We
at
would
all.
strike everything you've done and process you as a POW. You were in a war. You were on assignment. We could even extradite you to the Samaran People's Republic.
A degenerate worker state. Go shit. No, thank you. I'm Revacholian. My days are short. I will rot away here. in a moral intern cell. I will not testify to anything.
But you did do it.
I saw it happen, and I liked it. That's all I have to say. I didn't live and fight for 40 years to end up as a collaborationist. I've heard it on Channel 8, 40 AM, Radio Revachol, late
40 AM.
Everyone is a blobber in this world. Everyone betrays everyone.
Secret task complete.
They're all
Happened to the
already
previous
locked up
forewoman.
for betrayal. The best ones, the ones with heart, were slaughtered, trampled.
He looks to the city.
The same old freezing hatred.
And by the cock parading in his colorful uniform, you mean Renee?
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what.
Everything I don't
Radio
like is
June.
bourgeoisie.
Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race.
How so?
A petanque maniac race traitor.
I don't know about.
I remember him. I remember him from La Noce. Not him, personally. His make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the liberals came to their rescue. We missed one. That one.
The shaky finger, he points to the city towards the crater near the plaza where a lonely pine tree stands.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today.
Yeah, just not.
Fat and plump, like a pheasant, just begging to be popped off. Please,
Yeah, I'm surprised you've never shot him, honestly.
Shoot me.
Then again, he's probably not out in the nighttime, and maybe he doesn't want to take a shot. Like to kill him?
Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals, right on his face, and just fiddle the trigger.
Oh, is that what
Think
you call it?
about it. Let the bomb melt in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Save the treat for later?
Lieutenant asks cheerfully.
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think, no, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, Rene. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel
Let's out a wistful sigh.
better.
Mm-hmm.
I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him. Haven't seen him there lately. Must be down with arthritis. Oh, come.
Yeah, we kind of ruined his ball game.
Momentarily, he's worried for him. He reminds him of himself. The same hatred. The same.
Yeah, it's just the hatred.
But no, it's just the hatred.
Yeah, glad we talked about this. Now,
Glad? It's all gone.
he stares in the dust at his feet, gray and dirty spring grass all around. Yosef Lilyanovich Dross, you're under arrest for the murder of the Crenel colonel here in Martinez.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
This terror is the sum of all the uncontrollable movements and mood swings he's been exhibiting.
Mm-hmm.
The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear. The lieutenant continues, like an incantation.
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Well, he has a right to remain silent.
But...
Kim, he's afraid.
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
Looks at the reeds, eyes submerged in growing terror.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
Wait.
You thought you heard something, but it's just the reeds.
Maybe we could all fit in there.
Does it have room for 3?
Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here, but...
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
Mm-hmm. Who watches him there while I come back for you?
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
You're leaving me with your gun then if you do that.
What is this farce? This is a fucking farce. I can't.
Lillian, you could ask her maybe.
We could all fit in a little boat.
Actually, no.
We can ask Lillian to watch him? That sounds like a terrible idea.
This is no harmless old man.
Lieutenant shakes his head.
This fucking world. This world. What is this?
Below the confusion and rage, a fit of jamais vu like yours. The thought passes. More pressing matters take its place.
No, listen. Listen now.
Listen now. Yeah, you could come back for me once you've taken him to the prison.
No, it would take a whole day on this island. You go and transport the prisoner. I'll be here. I can escort him to the pier with you.
Alright, maybe you're right.
This world. What are you talking about? Is this?
His voice drowns out in a sudden gush of wind.
The wind is cold from the east. Your skin is crawling suddenly.
Oh man. Is that the Insulindian Phasmid? Holy shit! That's gigantic!
A delicate tangle of arms and
fucking
legs
Insulindian
unfolds
Phasmid!
from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
Blank.
It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin hovering
It's
in
real! What is that?
What are you talking about?
The giant stick insect!
There's nothing there.
So that's why the traps didn't work. Yeah, you needed a bigger trap. Nothing there. He looks
The
confused.
stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster, but you don't have a gun.
There is. I see it.
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
Kim, can you see it?
I can see it.
Kim can see it. Let's go.
4 simple words. Thank God. If he can
Yeah,
see,
if Kim's backing you up,
then
you're not insane.
but that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
Holy shit.
Be very, very careful.
Inspect the Phasmid.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate,
Now's not the
political
time.
opinions somewhere in Martinez.
Not the
Must
time.
have been a false alarm then.
Nope. Not the time.
A creature
It's an herbivore, isn't it? Yeah, famous last
like
word.
legs, antennae hanging from his head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you.
Shit.
Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks.
Approach carefully.
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the Phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Like laughter, a sort of happiness.
Wow.
Sweat drips from your brow, soaking your chest. You reek of it, your chemicals. Hissing.
I did not expect this, man. I did not expect this.
To greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
Should we tell them or keep it between us? Oh, fuck yeah, we tell them. Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you.
Look more closely.
You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming, slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish.
Kim, it's foaming.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
Lieutenant watches you apprehensively.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one.
Tell me, what are you doing?
I exist.
I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
I'm ill.
What is your illness?
I'm ill in my head. I'm insane. That's how it is for me. No, it's in your heart. Yep, for me it's sadness. Input after
For
input.
me, it is not like that.
Oh shit, it talks.
I have
Of course it
states,
talks.
not the emotions. For example, I experience excitement at unexpected sugar rewards. But that is not important. Now I will tell you how it is for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness, being intruded upon.
This fucker's gonna run away.
Transient, dim, moist.
Intruded upon by what?
Shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never ache.
The fuck is happening to me right now? Yeah, seconded. You're the type of animal I would like to be.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not. Why are you asking?
Sometimes, when molting, I will grow a lost limb. One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced a missing antenna.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yes, the leg tried to move around independently, making it hard to walk.
But you don't have a foot there now.
Yes, thankfully someone aided. The next time I molded, I grew an antenna again.
Where does this come from? The world?
Not even the birds know that. Not even a water lily.
And all we can do is beat our fists against it day after day with no answer.
You can also eat it.
Ooh,
If
yummy.
it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Yum yum. Or read.
Okay, well this confirms that it's a herbivore for the most part.
Wait, so
Do you look like a reed and you eat reeds?
Yes, they don't mind.
Have you accidentally eaten another reed phasmid?
Yes, I once cloned myself and ate the little ones. It was winter, and I woke up at the wrong time. It was an accident.
So what exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the
Holy
last
shit.
350 years,
Oh wow,
I have
it
hidden
lives
in
forever
plain
too.
sight, masquerading as the reeds, molting, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys. I went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Samanese islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through full forms of government and through scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Revachol, district of Martinez, March 51.
That's insane.
No,
You are.
you are. The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, Well, it is you who are prone to extreme madness. A volatile simian nerve system ominously new to the planet. The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
The Pale is human-made?
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
I don't have that kind of power.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Given enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with
Does God no longer talk to us because he's afraid of what his creation has become?
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Dang.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts.
There are no trees that eat thoughts. That's fucking badass. Where's How?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here?
Please don't blink.
Please don't blink. What if you misplace us all one day? Or just forget?
I will be extra careful not to blink, Stick Insect. Don't worry.
Please be. Or one day, one of you will close your eyes and sigh, and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
It's Chim. I didn't have to explain shit. Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
What does it look like?
You're just staring at it.
I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
I told you what it's about, her fate.
I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species.
Mm-hmm. No more thoughts.
There is one more.
Of all the creatures I've met, you are the kindest. I think so.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. For freedom.
We'll try.
She was hell on earth.
Oh, man, Harry hates women. Okay, Kim, take the picture.
Okay.
Slow ring of metal, the lieutenant slides the lens open and raises the eye level.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like
Holy
the
shit,
blade of a sword.
what a shot, what a shot.
It freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. It stands frozen before you.
I got it.
You hear the lieutenant whisper as the creature's shape develops onto photo paper in his hand. A polychrome ghost of white streaks against the reeds and sky, and you as a shadow before it. Slowly reach out and touch the creature's whisker.
The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the chitin curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. Its touch on your fingertip feels cold, ticklish. It is surprisingly delicate, the curly end of the whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet. Wow. Looks like someone's got hurt in a fight. This antennae
No.
is
We had that explained.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
Look at your finger.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture. The creature in front of you stays frozen.
Yeah, let's back off.
A shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you.
Disengage slowly.
As you're turning away, The phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking.
$5 the photo is blank the moment we show it. No, looks like we got it. Farewell, my friend. Farewell. That is absolute insanity.
Just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone.
Lieutenant looks north with his hand raised to his brow. What's that in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
It can walk on water?
Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Yeah, that was fucking cool. What now?
What now?
The old man behind you repeats suddenly. He put his hand into the ash. It's dirty and black.
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
Fairweather T500 helmet and the T932 rifle scope. I see. We found the helmet. +1 half-light, -1 suggestion. This monstrous-looking bug-eyed ceramic helmet was in the phasmid's nest. Still has some reeds sticking out of it, and it smells of seawater, but it's otherwise wearable, if not exactly comfortable. Putting it on feels scary somehow. Yeah, I buy that. I buy that. A common 30mm rifle scope, sniper scope attachable to almost any bolt-action 446 caliber. Uses an older-style non-dotted range-finding reticle. Seaweed is still stuck on the lens and has suffered water damage from its time in the phasmid's dowry. Aha. This gun. This particular piece is missing a scope, though. I see. He dropped it in the water.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Something is very wrong with him now.
Sir, how could you not see the phasmid?
See?
He stares at the reeds and falls silent.
Mr. Doras?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap-toothed mouth shaking.
Wave your hand in front of his eyes.
A light shiver passes him.
Ah, of course.
Followed by nothing.
446 is
His
a
hands
really
are
small
trembling,
caliber for a bolt
and
action.
he
It
breathes
truly
slowly.
is.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem. Doesn't it, Mr. Doras?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
Found some things in the phasmid's nest, Mr. Dross.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should...
Show him the detached scope.
I lost.
You lost it, Mr. Dross?
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie phasmid.
The lieutenant observes the lens sparkle in your hand.
This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will out of this poor being.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you rest now.
The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open. The blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning to normal. The strength has all gone out of him. Just frail old bones in a sack of tracksuit trousers and a windbreaker.
Hang tight, buddy.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Let's go. That was absolutely bonkers. How do I get out of here? There it is. Maybe he just realized he wasted 40 years on the island not making a difference. Very possible. Very possible. Funny that Phasmin wasn't on the bingo card. Seriously, man. I figured... I don't know. I figured there was going to be something, but holy shit. Yeah, it appearing there. That was genuinely unexpected. Alright. Work the rudder.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Work the rudder while I blast Sad FM.
We're done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet. But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Is this the dickwads from my precinct finally showing up? No sign of Lillian. Says the man without sunglasses. Suddenly his expression changes and he tilts his head.
Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant
compared to what you've just seen. Yeah.
This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. But where are his sunglasses?
You're the man with sunglasses.
That's right. And you're bleeding.
No one else seems bothered by the bleeding.
Bothered by it? Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant. Oh, fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Yeah, forget about all this. There's a giant...
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
Who are you, for you? They're they're not the MIB. They're Harry's. They're the other cops from Harry's precinct. They were keeping an eye on him at the Whirling.
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Pierre Kumar, and this is your special task force, or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heilerstein, Battle Officer Judith Minot.
Oh, horseface lady.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you after pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisoragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later.
He adds, suddenly regaining his confidence.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant.
Damn straight.
Boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Nah, Kim, you gotta have my back. Let's destroy them.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
She steps warmly, flashing the lieutenant the tiniest smiles. Nice.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
Alright, what's this about?
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations.
Oh, it's this guy.
I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive
He was the one looking at the mural on the Feld building.
My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
Lumpty Dumpty Dump Center.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets. Shit kid. What an interesting
moniker. You never told me you're not the horse-faced woman. Duped again. No one's who they say they are.
Duped. Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Okay, yeah, that does have something to do with it, yes.
No. Everyone's just a brilliant master of disguises.
What's a shit kid?
You. Shit kid? That's you.
Maybe you've deserved it.
How'd you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
After all that Sylvie stuff, he betrays me.
Shit, kid. He didn't betray you. He just told us the direction you went in. Who's Sylvie?
Sylvie's the girl I hooked guard up with. I did that and saved his establishment.
Strange. He didn't mention that. In fact, the establishment didn't look saved at all. There was a giant aerograffito in front of the building, mixed with blood.
Yeah, it was this one delinquent.
I don't know. It had "shit kid" written all over it.
Mm-hmm. So you never told me you're not the horse-faced woman.
Lieutenant, my name is not horse-faced woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends.
We're still friends. I just have a stupid head.
Okay. Because you're my commanding officer.
I really want to respect you.
I really want to respect you. I want us to have a normal relationship.
That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on earth. He's the
reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training. No!
And I hate sensitivity
We're
training.
that guy. So you mentioned a task force.
Yeah. Major Crimes Unit. Under Lieutenant DuBois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Who else is in this?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Tron fucking Hiddleston, and Guillaume Baby.
He stares at you.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Shut the fuck up, Trent.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Who's Guillaume Baby?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Baby is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit.
Probably justified.
Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron, because I'm forcing him to stay.
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses?
Is Guillaume Bevy blonde with sunglasses like you were?
See, there. He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Look at me, I'm G. Bevy. It was going to be funny, but then you really did have brain damage. So not so much anymore.
Yeah.
He sincerely thought it was going to be amusing for both of you.
Okay, so what does the unit do?
It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
The 41st isn't...
He trails off, not wanting to finish the sentence. We're shit tier, I knew it. So Trent Hiddleston turns out to be Special Consultant Trent Hiddleston.
Yes, I'm Trent Hiddleston. I never said I wasn't Trent Hiddleston.
What's up with the kid then?
Mikhail? Mikhail is my son.
What was up with all the interesting history? Spying on me?
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see Martinez. It was a coincidence.
So what are you special consulting here?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s. Like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on.
Where have you been all this time? There was a mercenary tribunal.
God damn it, Harry.
He lifts his weight, crosses his arm, and looks you in the eye.
You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
Why didn't you detect or die then?
Oh, you think it was cool you saying that? Aesthetic somehow? You were crying when we got here. Breaking things. You said we were going into the abyss.
I mean...
None of us wanted to see the abyss. So we fucked off. Like you told us to.
None of this was ringing any bells.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, Pell, and so on.
Fair enough, fair enough.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Don't ask Harry to talk about socioeconomics. Wait, socioeconomically? You think I'm so poor I lost my memory?
Not when you phrase it like that. But I don't think critical theory... I know everyone thinks this is far-fetched pink academia, but still, I don't think it should be off the table here.
What? He lost his memory because of
capitalism.
No, not like that. I'm not talking Vredefort's cool here. But Harry, I asked you, what do you think happened?
I am a highly experimental detective. It's not capitalism, so we can cross that off the list, you lefty dink.
Lefty dink? Well, actually, I don't consider myself a classical leftist at all. Not in the Mazovian sense at least, but fine. Theory aside, what happened?
Something so yeah, I think this is probably the most reasonable. Something so sad happened to me that I couldn't be me anymore. It was a defense mechanism.
Psychotraumatic amnesia, Trant? I can go for that. Shit kid is a broken man. Always has been. Who isn't? I know I am. But you know what? I keep my shit together. Also, I know a person can't wipe their own mind, however traumatic it gets. That doesn't happen. You're lying. Or insane. Or both.
We already kind of established he's insane as fuck.
Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before.
I have?
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful.
Beautiful indeed.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolute normal reaction to the world we live in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here.
Gestures toward the scenery?
Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input.
I see.
Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for its end.
Damn.
Trent, thank you.
That's absolutely meaningless.
Really, you are a lefty dick. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Yeah, fuck all of you. I don't want to be in your unit.
No, Harry. Fuck you. You already fucked us.
Put it in English,
I've already
please.
explained this shit to Price twice. To Berdyayeva 4 times. I'm your partner. I answer for you when you're not there.
They can keep that pension. You're rock solid. You can put your clothes on hard.
What now?
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there?
The time had come. Tequila sunset.
Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Tequila sunset. Not sunrise because you're almost dead. So funny, Harry. Thank you for fucking me.
You're welcome.
Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of my payslip. You know that, right? You're gonna get fired. And I'm gonna pay till I die.
5,000 real. I think the average detective makes like 20,000 a year. That is rough.
It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
I got my badge right here.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic.
Of
and
course.
the badge slips out of your hand.
Catch it. Nope.
You juggle the badge for a second, unsuccessfully, and it lands on the ground, some 2 meters away. Ouch! You strained your elbow trying to catch that stupid thing. Damn it.
He found it. He found it, Jean. It's his badge.
And your gun?
That I cannot show you.
Stakes, not achievement. Gun. Yeah, you don't have that. Maybe you can philosophize your way out of it.
I upgraded my gun to a rifle.
Upgraded it? I don't care about your weapon mania, Harry. I only care about your official sidearm, which you lost.
This is a Triangong 446. Easy to kill a man from nearly a kilometer away.
Care. Where is the gun the RCM gave you to kill people with? Where is that one?
Yeah, I don't have it.
I knew it. I told you we didn't have it.
This isn't cause for celebration. It's bad.
Oh, I would say it's very bad. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Please, put the stolen rifle away before you kill someone.
Hey, I haven't started drinking again. We did not drink a single thing this whole playthrough.
So you forgot to drink? I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then?
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a bit of a week. It's because of the pheromone.
Detective, please. Don't start talking about your pheromone again. This is serious. If you don't...
She doesn't finish the sentence.
Then you'll be fired. This is a hearing. Toughen up.
Yeah, I've handled an actual corpse.
I don't believe you. You're drunk. You let a suspect escape, a certain Classier, because you were too drunk to
It's the
assess a
last time we
flight risk.
showered. Apparently before the game started.
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuragis. We know.
Mm-hmm. We're looking at the oxygen holocaust times a quadrillion. I've come to know the final fate of man in the universe. Yeah, she gave us a vital clue that led us to the island.
Oh, well. If she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect. The one who shot herself. In the head. Or the fact that you're Everclare's little peony now. Doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 8 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
Yeah, well, I would have liked to see you do better.
Could. We did everything we could. The company hired unvetted mercenaries. Lieutenant DuBois got between them and the locals. He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
I also solved the case. It's solved. All of it.
Detective, it's better if I do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much better if he does this. 1,000,000 times better.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
Just a stray strand of hair out of his eye and coughs.
He thinks of apologizing, but decides against it.
You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Yefretor Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
See?
1 week.
1 week.
Then there's the superstardom. He likes to, from time to time, allude to being a superstar low official. At first I thought it was a joke, but now
No, I'm not so sure. Uh-huh.
He says disco about 20 times a day. It's odd, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a hustler. He grinds. He makes the real.
He makes the real. He's a
visionary.
visionary.
Money engineer,
Yeah.
which is just.
Yeah.
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective, one of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, was a valiant effort.
Yeah, Kim liked it. Kim liked it.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a revolutionary brigade who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
Show him the picture, Kim.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
He takes out the photo and shows it to the officers across the yard. Rain comes down. He covers the glossy photo of the phasmid with his
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah, I get to name the species too. Should we call it the disco stick bug?
You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Boom shakalaka, motherfucker!
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the case?
Nah.
The killer did not seem to be aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
Boom, boom, boom!
Yes, but also...
yeah, the phasmid may have contributed to his mental state in some way over the years.
So it is connected.
Perhaps. Discoisium phasmotidea. I like it. I like it.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
His tired eyes follow the photo as the lieutenant puts it away.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sins. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
I also started a nightclub in the church.
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
Yep. I discovered a hitherto unexplored anthroponetical phenomenon in there too, a 2mm hole in the world.
That's great. Anthroponaut is a great new career for you. After police officer. I don't care. Go live in the Pale.
4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building was abandoned, so he put them in there. It's okay.
It's not that okay. Get off this subject now.
Uh-huh. Phasmid was female, the Reed's Art's nest.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female, and the nesting
And his voice
behavior
sounded
too,
female.
I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis.
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so?
Just a hunch.
Interesting. Then it is especially vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the entire species. We're probably talking conservation efforts here.
It had gathered items in its nest, a helmet and a scope.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates.
I guess it could have been a
Must
male.
be robust if it can move a helmet with its limbs.
Had mandibles that looked like hair, and it was completely white on the
Yes,
outside.
but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulintian
Nah, I don't think that's too much, dude. What else could it be?
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
With recruitment?
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo.
Yeah, really good thing we saved Kim.
Without it.
Yeah.
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still. Quit while you're ahead, or no.
Yeah, the killer, we have a strong motive for him.
Lelianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
Yep.
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms.
Right.
Krasovich, Llerose, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist
Aha.
atavism, so they used matronyms. Derived from
Kim
the
can
mother's
get
name
wounded during the
instead.
gunfight. Oh no.
This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lelianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
Sure.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
You killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy.
Jealousy? I thought this Lelianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years, like 70-something.
A strange psychosexual fascination, the result of spending all this time in solitude on the islands of this bay. And trauma too. He himself gave a political reason. In his mind, he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died, right on the island, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's
way more than that, baby.
Way
more. Still not completely satisfied with it. It could be just a little neater.
Get over yourself. You're not a perfectionist. You're a cop and you did a good job, with a lot of help from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. And none of this can hide the smell of booze on the wind.
Buttons his jacket.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there. Like in your bones or something.
It probably has soaked into every pore.
It will pass. In time.
Previous head of the Debardairs Union was assassinated by our killer.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open. In Martinez, where Evrart and Edgar Clare have ears everywhere.
True.
And eyes, too. Your return from the island must not have gone unnoticed.
Understood, of course.
I would prefer not to partake in anything Union-related, for political neutrality.
This has to be good stuff for him to backpedal out of it at first mention.
Yep, there was a dead man on the boardwalk, missing person I found.
Yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How'd you know I found him?
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
I see.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, Detective.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
I looked into the mystery of the doomed commercial area.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is.
Kirstown turned out to be possibly entreprenetical, part of my larger investigation into Martinez itself.
No, it didn't. It didn't turn out to be entreprenetical again. Enough with the sort of repale 2mm hole in the word line. This isn't Paradox B. We're a police force.
We can be many things.
Paradox B is a fringe science
magazine published in Grad, I see.
Its mission is to explain theories like telekinesis and intra-isolary power before they get out of hand. It doesn't look like the lieutenant wishes you to push this angle further.
Confiscated drugs from Kuno's dad.
Who's Kuno?
You don't
want to know.
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs, I know you did. It's alright. I mean, at this point, anything is but the drink.
So what do you say? Want to take this hot shit back?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder.
Shrugs.
So I have to. Jude?
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
Quick nod.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
A few questions before we go about who I am.
The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Okay, am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre?
No.
Okay, then.
Talks concluded.
The Phasmin, I need to tell Lena about this ASAP.
Who is Lena?
Cryptozoologist, she lives in Jamrock. She told me about this Phasmin.
Well, good luck finding her once we get back.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. I'm sure we'll find them. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
Absolutely.
She is going to be over the moon.
Oh, yes. Who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, obviously
all the gym
you're
teachers
not
I know
a
are
gym teacher
fucking
anymore,
weirdos.
But
yeah, but before.
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
It does explain a lot.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the shot put, your inexplicable facial hair.
The collection of fallen sportswear I've amassed.
Some of your more old-school wording choices. Your posture, even. The constant stretches.
Also, this guy. Just
yeah, everything about this guy.
and this guy, too.
So I was a gym teacher in Coron, huh?
Yes, you taught gym in Coron. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
Interesting.
The smell of sweat and glue, the worn floorboards. Kuro is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
That's crazy. I would not have guessed Harry was a gym teacher before this.
Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so cool.
That's what a polite way to put that, Cam.
His smirk suggests barely contained.
That's why you're so fucking immature. When was I a gym teacher?
In your 20s or late 20s. You've really let yourself go since then.
Why did I join the RCM?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
Fair enough.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
I see now.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
Why am I like this?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Some chick, who?
Dora something. Dora England. Yeah, you mentioned the name.
Not Dora DuBois.
So we weren't even married.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
When was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago? She was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
What the hell is wrong with you? 6 years is not that much.
You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing, I think. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora England really tore you a new one. A big one.
I'm sure. Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
Yeah, figures.
Extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wayfish.
Like he goes for the elf phenotype. Fair enough. The elf physiognomy.
Snow Welkin.
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin. Yep.
Heartbreak.
Heartbreak Welkin.
Pain Welkin.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was.
Sounds about right.
One you never recuperated from.
Look, the sun is going down. It's time to go on.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist?
Harder than a
forensic psychiatrist?
Good
talk.
A trepanist.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
What kind of station is Precinct 41?
Well, the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? With the bad guys. No one likes us.
Legit.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just understaffed. And everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Aha.
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
What happened? Why did we need to go there?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast.
Fair enough.
Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
So I work on the Bloody Murder Station.
It's not the Bloody Murder Station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there. Hard. Every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Revachol. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
God, what a terrible, terrible idea.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Get Throggy, what are you gonna do now?
Well, First, I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol.
Pulls up his collar and looks around, the cold spring light reflected in the lenses of his glasses.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Want to do that at Station 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains with my doom-mongering.
Oh, come to 41.
Work with Price?
A crooked smile quivers on his
flattered,
lips.
but I don't know if
No, you're good enough. You're good enough.
This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one.
Good enough. I want Kim as my partner. Fuck you.
Flattered.
Vinkmar.
Your Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
Lieutenant turns very serious all of a sudden.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
Recruit Detective Kim Kitsuragi.
He's
He's really considering it. I'm ready.
Good.
She looks at you, then Vinkmar.
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the evening sky, the great district turns on its lights. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls inside. Fire traps as far as the eye can see, from Main Street to Precinct 41, atop the motorway, to Boogie Street, disappearing into the rain on the horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber.
2 games done within the week. What a record, right?
A man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time.
It's time.
Torsen? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vickmere? Yes. DuBois? Yes.
DuBois? Yes.
Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's quite unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price points his pen at the doctor. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through, and when he does, he'll side with Revachol. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
And... Hey! We get the bro slap on the shoulder of Kim. Absolutely. Absolutely. Screw you, Vickmar. I want Kim to be my partner. Sounds like Vickmar does pretty much the same thing Kim did. Kind of keep us grounded. He's had several years to put up with our shit, though, so he's a little more forceful about it. And off they go. How did they get the motor carriage on this side of town if there was no bridge, was there? There was that road that led into the fishing village. Super cool. Super, super, super cool. This is another game that I feel very bad for putting off playing. I've considered playing it several times. Yeah. Wish I did earlier, because frickin' cool. Just... yeah, the writing is just chef's kiss, man. Mwah. And you know, I thought the dice were going to get a little annoying, but I liked it. I liked it that even if you failed a lot of the time, that didn't... it was often hilarious when you failed, right? And it didn't feel like you were, like, stuck, ever. Yeah. What chapter closes? What comes after that? Fantastic question. I can tell you tomorrow we're going to be playing some more Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. got more karaoke to sing. Got more karaoke to sing while cheered on by K-Song. Freaking awesome. And just the end was perfect. I was not expecting that, but the end was... I mean, between the Phasmid and... but just thematically, the end. Like, having it be a revolutionary soldier that couldn't give up the fight, that just couldn't let go. Just tied perfectly into the whole environment, you know? It's kind of the whole message in Revachol, right? Or Martinez. Yeah. These Sedite skills don't game into you. Exactly. Yeah, it's, yeah, like I said, never felt like, I never felt too fucked over because I didn't get a dice roll, right? And yeah, a lot of the times it was hilarious. Also been playing Pirate Yakuza past the part you're at, scouting it out, and might provide advice for you later on. It's appreciated. Voice acting by Mickey W. Goodman. I want to know the narrator. Not Major did Kuno. Even Champions is Froggy. Gary the Cryptofascist, Steve Hill. Nice. Racist lawyer driver. Dasha Nerkasova was Klasha. She did a good job. I enjoyed her performance. Let's see. Who will Menaker ceiling and fuck the world? Wow. Minor VAs being the filler. Yeah. All the voices in the game are done by 2 guys, I see. That's impressive. That's impressive. Dart, no. Yeah, voice acting was for the most part excellent. I would like to, probably not on stream, but I would like to do another playthrough, like, knowing what I know now, and try to get, well, the quote-unquote best outcome, you know? I'd like to save as many people as I could in the Merc Tribunal. I'd like to get my gun back. I'd like to, yeah. Just a few things I'd like to finish off. Would have been cool to finish off, like, the Anotic Dance Music sub-quest, too. God, yeah, that Insulindian Phasmid, I'm still just absolutely blown away. That was just so out of left field. Go work for Everett to get your gun back. Yeah, I know. I think it might be interesting to do a communist run. I'm kind of surprised they did a Chinese version, to be frank. I would have figured the CCP would censor the shit out of this. all of the other ideology options are locked. You must be a good communist. Play Disco Elysium in China. If you pick the ultra-liberal dialogue choices that deduct social credit. One thing I will say is that make sure you have some specs into hand-eye coordination when trying to get your gun back. It'll be helpful, I see. I mean, I was putting stuff into hand-eye coordination in anticipation of getting my gun back, but yeah, never happened because, well, Everett's a huge piece of shit. I intentionally did not do his quest. I don't feel like displacing the sweet old lady who gave me a free place to sleep, you know? Localization teams. That's cool. I'm glad they localized this into a lot of different languages. Although this game would be a nightmare to localize. To try and match the writing, you know? Then again, I'm sure localizers like love that kind of a challenge. Polish localization was probably a breeze. The Polish language lends itself naturally to dark and depressing bullshit. Japanese localization too, but it could have been pretty decent too. Satoshi Nicholas Onishi. Huh. But yeah, very cool one. Very glad that I was prodded to play this. So thank you, REZ. I don't think he's around, but yeah. Thank you for the suggestion. It was a very good one. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The German team. This is the one where taking the fascist route gets you thrown in jail. The Russian team? Wonderful. Man, they localize this into a lot of languages. Glossary by Sergei Dolgov. There was a glossary. Interesting. Well, there was a community translation group, I see. That explains a lot. That explains a lot. I'm sure a lot of these were community efforts. That's cool to credit them in the, well, in the credits. Oh wow, they even did an Arabic localization. That's crazy. But yeah, trying to think. Yeah, trying to think what dice rolls I would like back. What dice rolls would I really like back? Would have been cool if I managed to fix the bridge and get to the fishing village earlier than Wednesday. I think that there are several variations of Arabic to translate to. True. Yeah, Arabic is certainly not monolithic. Let's see, what other dice rolls would I like back? I feel like most of the dice rolls I really wanted, I just, you know, dropped a point into the relevant stat and came back and got them. It would have been interesting if at the very beginning we approached Klausya a bit more smoothly, rather than asking her to make fuck with us. That was a little embarrassing. I also don't know how to feel about... I'm still very torn on whether letting Klausya go was the right idea. Like, she helped us out in the end. She gave us a nice lead, but it's nothing we didn't have already, you know? Nothing we wouldn't have followed up on eventually. And yeah, losing her sucks. I mean, of course, I would have liked to succeed on the roll to save Ruby, but yeah. Shoot Kuno. Yes, you mean Kuno S? I didn't even get that one. But yeah. I still, having played the whole game, I can now say confidently that oh, thanks to Larian Studios, interesting. Yeah, I can now say confidently that unleashing the beast on Kuno's face was my favorite part. Slapping his shit. Yeah, if Klaus didn't have any involvement in the murder other than just being there at the wrong time in a criminal past. Yeah, it's still... We could have gotten more out of her, you know? It felt like a bad call letting her go. At the same time, though, we would probably be signing her death warrant if we arrested her. I do believe her story, you know? Like, I did believe that, yeah, arresting her would probably be signing her death warrant, and yeah, she didn't deserve that, so... I'm curious about what the collage is. Collage. So what is this, like a, this mode contains spoilers. Oh. So you can create like a... Interesting. Let's get our friend Measurehead here. Hey, there he is. Oh, damn. Static Troika, Infernal Hangover. Oh, yeah. Location, weather, time of day, sure. Apply. I don't think it's a custom map editor. I think it's a create scenes. Create. So I mean, I have Harry and Measurehead here. Let me get a better look at Measurehead. What a fantastic specimen. I see. Okay, so we can just delete that. Some sort of stop motion animation thingy. Yeah, it seems like you can build scenes that you want, and then I'm a little curious. Open. Remove. Interesting. Speaker. Kim Kitsuragi. Interesting. So you can make dialogue. I like it. I like it. Alright, I do want to exit, thank you. Yeah, so it's like a little scene creator that you can do. I'm sure people have come up with some very funny shit with that. But yeah. So that was Disco Elysium. Thank y'all so much for coming out. I had a blast. Man, this was a fun one. I appreciate y'all being here, and yeah. Plan is to play some more Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii tomorrow, so I hope you can join me for that. I'm going to try and get some sleep. I do have to work tomorrow as well, so that should be fun. But yeah, until next time, Amiki, I bid you walate. Take very, very good care of yourselves. I'll catch y'all again later. Bye, you know.